interview some degens, talk about all things Web3, tech, art, and culture. Let's see, who are we going to get here first? Oh, I'm going to get somebody that hates being on camera and never wants to do an interview. I can already see him rolling his eyes back.
Fart cum coin!
Do not talk about my coin, sir. What's up, Bear Man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. No, you don't get to do that. Come here. Yo, homie, this is my homie, fucking Nalgene, he's on the team.
Oh, you with the Forgotten Runes team? Nice to meet you guys.
Nothing would have happened without him, so yeah.
Now, dude, Bosch, get a shot. They're this amazing, like, Forgotten Runes. For those that don't know, Bear, one of the founders of the Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult, one of the sickest NFT projects out there, dropping the Shadow Hats this week, right?
Yeah, today.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
So drop Shadow Hats today. Did you really?
Yeah.
This is what you get for sleeping. Do not sleep.
It was wild. You're not allowed to sleep. You know that. That's rule number 1.
I ran out of substances, so I did fall asleep.
Yeah, well, all I gotta say is, like, sometimes when you just fucking keep working and like, don't focus on, like, what's in front of you, but, like, what's way in front of you, it pays off. So, like, just shout out to the entire team, Dota Elf, Nalgene. I would, maybe it sounds cocky, but we fucking deserve it. And it just allows us to keep doing what we're doing, man. So we ain't going nowhere.
Dude, honestly, like, yours is like one of my favorite projects out there, just because I love pixel art. So you got the sick pixel art, you got the animation that's coming out with Titmouse, one of the writers of John Wick, right? The creator of John Wick wrote the script.
Video games?
Video game. Style is like a very kind of unique style because you do like your own take on like the minimalism. So, dude, what was your inspiration for like your art style?
For the style that I'm working in right now, a big inspiration was just the mobster movies and like the gangster movies, so like Goodfellas and Godfather.
Love Goodfellas, bro.
Yeah, all those. So yeah, I watched those like recently at that time, and I was just super into them. And I really just wanted to combine that with the iconography of the angels versus demons and stuff that people already know about, and take inspiration from a lot of my favorite artists at the time as well. So like Hiroshi Nagai and David Hockney, Edward Hopper. It kind of just fused all those things together to kind of make something new that also still felt familiar and nostalgic at a certain point.
Dude, I think you pretty much nailed that, especially like, dude, you're one of my favorite artists in this space. So like, I'll see your art, man. Like, dude, I definitely love it, man. So that's funny, dude. So Goodfellas and mob movies were one of like the big inspirations for that. So.
Yeah, no, I love those movies. I don't know. I think I'm glad that I kind of found out about them or watched them because I knew about them, but I watched them like later on in life, so I was probably already like 23 or 24 years old at that time. But you know, I was able to understand nuances and to really understand the story better than I think I would have if I was like trying to watch them when I was a kid or something.
Appreciate it, man. Now, do we have anything else? Are you still like going to do drops on ordinals, or what's coming up for you?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested in doing some drops on ordinals. I just want to always make sure that it's the right time and I'm doing it for the right reasons. But yeah, no, I love the ordinals community. Had a great drop with Quadrillion, and there's so many different people, and it's just a whole different vibe, but at the same time, it was still very familiar because I feel like there is a lot of overlap from ordinals to ETH and, back and forth. But yeah, they have a great community over there, and I'd love to do something else.
Where can people find you if they don't know you yet?
Terrell Dom, pretty much everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, or X, I guess they're calling it now. But yeah.
Dude, appreciate you, man. Dude, looking forward to you on the panel tonight, G. And of course, we have Shaba. Shaba, what are your takes tonight? That is pretty spicy, Shaba. You really mean that? Shaba dropping the heat. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaba. Let's see.
There's another artist here, Federico or Galvin.
Oh, no, I do. Let's go to the boy, Galvinus, one of the artists in the space, man. Galavis. Porque lo dije mal. I should have known better. Galavis. So, man, how you doing tonight, man? Good to see you.
I'm good, man. Good to see you. It's finally good to be back after the holidays and all the stuff, traveling. So, yeah.
You can come in. Come on. Come get a hug. Hey,
Hi.
hey,
How are you? Sorry, I lost track.
No, you're good. You're good. Bro, so you just came back from like the Beeple event recently. You had like your art showcase over there, dude. So how was that process?
It was amazing. He was such a great host. I had a piece over there called The Gatekeepers. And Beeple is such a cool guy, so down to earth, so approachable. Like, he's doing so much for Web3 and in our world. And, we all got to be, grateful. The guy's, he's legit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think anybody has brought more attention to this space than Beeple. Like, I would talk to, like, normies, and they don't know anything about Web3, but I'll be like, Beeple. They're like, oh, yeah, Beeple. So
that's $70 million sale.
Quite a nice sale, man, quite a nice sale. Now, at this Beeple party, did you get a pair of his used skitties?
No, I didn't, but yeah, I mean, that's quite the souvenir.
So what are you working on next, man? Like, what's coming up for you?
Well, I have a project I'm launching on the Aptos blockchain. It's a Web3 dynamic studio to launch artists and creators. I think the future of blockchain and Web3 is multi-chain, and I think this accessible blockchains are actually the secret to really onboard a lot of people. So a lot of my stuff is still on ETH and on Ethereum, but I think for the broader support of creators that live all over the world, these blockchains are key because they're fast, they're inexpensive when it comes to like minting, and yeah, they got a lot of support and backup. So I'm looking forward. It's a relocated koala studio coming to you soon.
Nice, bro. Now, people want to like check out more of you. Like, where can they find you on socials?
Twitter at Federico Galavis, Federico Gala, V as Victor IS, or Galavis, and Instagram at Galavis.
Yo, Galavis, man, appreciate you, bro. Oh,
Thank
brother. Dude, now I got to talk to your homie right here.
Hey, what's up?
Toby, right?
Toby, yeah. CEO of CubeStream.com.
Now, dude, tell us about CubeStream and what you guys are doing in the Web3 space.
So right now we're a streaming platform for independent filmmakers. They can upload, choose whatever price they want, and earn 60%. The big thing with CubeStream is we want to help filmmakers make money. So many very talented people are out there, and they're washing dishes for a living. So we partner with them, we promote their films, help them make money, we pay monthly. Our next move is into the crypto space. and that's why we're called CubeStream.com, and we're about creating a new space for filmmakers.
Nice, Brent. What was like your inspiration for this project?
I started off as an actor. I starred in a couple TV movies and did some guest stars in Law & Order and CSI, and did a lot of theater, screenwriting, and worked for a production company, and just saw all the problems in the industry, and I wanted to build a platform that would solve problems for filmmakers. So that's what CubeStream's all about.
Bro, and I love the idea how you're getting like indie movies, like things that wouldn't normally be licensed through like Netflix or Amazon or any of like the big ones. So it's like, I do love that whole idea, man. And it's like, how do you like go about like curating the movies and curating like the films on your site?
Well, so we're a place for all filmmakers, So I mean, obviously, when you're a place where you can upload a film, sometimes maybe the film isn't appropriate, and so there's we just kind of let people upload as long as it's not YouTube style content. If it's actually a film, that has some kind of storyline, and we let it on there, So, but I'm just meeting with hundreds of filmmakers and getting them on the site, and it's kind of an exciting time with the company.
Nice, bro. Now, where can people find you on socials?
Right now, you can follow me on Facebook, Toby Moore, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, all Instagram. TOBYMOORE, and it's CubeStream, CUBESTREAM.com. So we're in beta, but it's pretty exciting. Check it out.
Bro, looking forward to what you guys are doing, man. Toby, pleasure, bro. Yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, dude. Sneak right in here and grab my Friday beer really quick. Shout out again to Friday Beer. Let's see, who are we going to go to next? Oh, let's go to this chill gentleman right here, just sitting on the couch, bro. Sonny, man. Yo, what's up, G?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's good with you, bro?
How y'all doing? Chilling?
Chilling, man. So, dude, first time on the Ordinal show today, right?
Yup.
So how was that experience? Like, you repping like the D gods on BTC right now?
Yeah, I got the BTC D gods going. It was a good time. Shout out to Butoshi. Shout out to Big God. Shout out to Troy. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Good conversations. And I think it's going to be a breakout year for Ordinals, honestly.
Oh no, I definitely feel that. And like, I remember being on a space where like Frank was talking about Ordinals and it clicked for him, and he talked to like Nick Hashbender, and they did like the 535 dead gods on a single block, which was pretty fucking beautiful. So, bro, can you like tell us like the process? Like, where do you feel like the future of D gods is going? Because you guys are pretty omni-chain right now. You got like some D gods still on Solana, you got them on ETH, you got the BTC D gods. So it's like, how do you feel about like an omni-chain future for D gods?
I mean, I kind of mentioned this on the show a little bit too, but I think the omni-chain is a very interesting future to take potentially, right? Especially if some of the rumors are true of a two-way bridge and all this sort of thing. But I think it allows for people to be very open in the space, and part of it too was just talking about how DGOT holders are very open-minded in a way that they're always exploring kind of things that are going on in the entire kind of Web3 and NFT ecosystem that doesn't necessarily pertain to just like one chain, right? Like you have a lot of DGOT holders, not even Bitcoin DGOT holders, but they're, getting their feet wet on Ordinals, they're getting their feet wet on Bitcoin, getting into these different projects. You have people from founding teams that are coming from, some of our communities and that sort of thing. And so I think one thing that it's definitely helped to kind of be omni-chain has very much kept our community as a whole pretty open-minded to opportunities that are going on.
Yeah, and also like being omni-chain, like you build across like different blockchains, because some people can be maximalists and just be like, yo, I'm BTC, I'm ETH, I'm this and that. So it's like, I really do feel that bridges the community. Now, speaking of your community, man, like you guys throw some sick events, right? So it's like, what does DGOTS have coming up for like DLA?
I think right now, still kind of playing around with what events are the most impactful and meaningful for holders. We had those like big parties in Miami, and it was kind of like, okay, where's the kind of sweet spot of holders connecting, really getting together, us being open to kind of people outside of our ecosystem coming through. And then also obviously having like the token gated parties and that sort of thing. So I think right now we're kind of in an evaluation phase of what makes the most sense for the types of events that we want to do this year. I'll say from a personal perspective, I'm super bullish on like more collaborative events this year. Having like two projects coming together to throw a party for their holders, that sort of thing, makes for, you know, kind of a little bit of a better crowd, if you would. And also want to see more of kind of what we did last year in New York, where we took over a hotel for 2-3 days. I think some more of like events like that, where it's almost like a full kind of getaway, if you would. Um, those are things that I think we're kind of leaning towards, and you know, ends up being a lot more impactful for our holders and overall people that are coming to join.
That's right. I can see like, you know, D-God's taking over Hawaii or Cancun and just doing like a sick party over there.
Hey yo, maybe Cabo, that'd be kind of fun, you know.
Different projects, you know, like little D-Gods, like little, like, you know, let's get some pudgies in there, let's get some Zukis, just throw like a sick rager over there. Now, bro, you guys, like, with Frank coming out with D-Starter, man, can you talk a little bit about D-Starter and like what you guys see that becoming?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think something that we've really been looking forward to is kind of with D-Starter is D-License, which is just like the license and the paperwork that allows you to let you know what you can do with the logos, your D-God, and that sort of thing. And we have so many great creators in the community right now. Shout out to D-Golf, you know, shout out to Your Eyewear, shout out to 527. Like, we have these dope people in the community. Yeah, Melky Minaj. Like, we have these dope people in the community that have created products utilizing the IP and license. So we want to lean on them. We very much want to empower them. Do more drops this year. I think there's very much an opportunity for, you know, D-Gods to kind of take over this lane of apparel and just cool products that are coming out with our branding, right? And so I think D-Starter is going to help to empower a lot of that and really empower the people that are in our community that are creating these dope things.
Now, like, last question, man. When's the next hoop event going on for D-Gods?
Next hoop event. I don't have a date yet, but definitely planning on doing one in January, maybe over the course of the next 2 weeks or so. But we definitely do it a thing where it's like we're trying to keep it monthly in LA for people to come out, just hoop, vibe with us, and yeah, keep it going.
Yo, Sonny, bro, always a pleasure, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yo, good to see you again, G.
Thank you so much.
All right, people, let's see who we will go to now. We actually have quite a crowded house. You know what? My man's walking in right now, and I want to catch an interview with him. Let's get into some good light over here. Let's go this way.
What's up?
What's up, Adventure Team?
Adventurine.
I keep mispronouncing people's names tonight. I'm horrible. I blame it on the Friday beers. Adventurine.
What's up? I'm good.
Dude, how's life going for you right now?
It's okay. I mean, earlier this week, I actually got let go from a project I was working on. They were doing some restructuring in the company. I mean, it's what it is in the space, you know. Little cash crunch issue, and you know, companies got to survive. So I unfortunately did get let go from the company, but you know, I still work for, you know, G Money and 90cc. I still, you know, do some contracts with Art Block. So you know, I'm just out there grinding.
You still have 10 jobs.
Of course.
Okay, so what's going on with G Money and why am I like messing up all the names tonight? NDCC, right? 9 and like 9.
90cc.
90cc.
Just so you know, it's the last 4 digits of the wallet.
Yeah, I figured that out not too long ago. I'm like, where did they get this name? I'm like, it's the wallet address.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, we did have some news this week. We did actually announce that we're going to be activating NFT Paris next month. So. Yeah, NFT Paris, we're going to be doing like a pretty big activation. There's going to be some fun stuff that we're doing that we haven't announced yet, but you know, we at least got the word out to be there.
So we got some new apparel dropping soon.
I'm not saying nothing right now.
That's a yes. That's a yes. So, I mean, last time you guys were in Paris, you guys did that sick collab with Jeff Staples, like the pigeon hat, which is like one of my favorite pieces from you guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I think the magic of that Jeff Staple collab was just like you could see how detailed we were able to get with the embroidery. I mean, like every time we do a job, we try to sort of push the boundaries on like what's possible. So, you know, we had like the iteration 1, which was like our proof of concept, you know, just showing people like what you can do with the tech. The iteration 2 that we did with Snowfro was like trying to get that blend of art and physicals together, and you know, that's on demand unique printing for like each piece being its own unique product. The iteration 3 was really like pushing the community aspect of things. You know, we gave away 1,600 hats in New York and did a huge treasure hunt.
Where was my hat?
I don't know, man. Were you in New York?
I was not.
It was one of those things. Yeah, it was like if you're in NFT NYC, we took over a bodega. We literally had 1,600 hats packed into a U-Haul truck that we parked on the street that was getting tickets every day. And we just passed out 1,600 hats. We did a big treasure hunt. Snowfro gave us a unminted squiggle is like the top prize for the raffle for people that collected POAPs. And then yeah, with Jeff Staple, you know, we really tried to push the envelope when it comes to like how detailed you can get with the products.
Bro, I love to see what you guys are doing. I love the way you guys are integrating NFC and like just the whole scavenger hunt and everything, and like just like building out the tech of like fashion in that way, man. Love to see what's coming from you guys, bro. And like, dude,
Next month. It's coming.
I think I might have to go to Paris for this.
Yes, you do.
Bro, venturing. Did I get it right that time?
Adventuring, yes. You got
Yes,
it.
I got it right. I'm gonna sneak up on one of my favorite people in this space. Oh, my boy right here, man. Come on. The young king himself, Butoshi. What's up, baby? So, dude, you got a new drop coming out soon.
This is a great hoodie.
That is an amazing hoodie. Let's take a look at the hoodie. Look at that. Frank did it right with this amazing orange hoodie.
It's very cold in LA today, and I am very warm.
First question, most important question.
What's up?
Where's my dick butt boo?
It's not inscribed yet.
Oh, okay, cool. Making sure you don't forget.
Not forget.
So,
Next question.
Butoshi, you got a drop coming up soon, right?
Yes.
With what are they called?
The Boo-talion.
The Bootalion. Bro, tell us about that.
Okay, so Bitcoin Boo's second collection. Well, second collection. Boo-talion coming up. The mint. I guess I accidentally leaked it a bunch of times. It's on January 24th, which is less than 2 weeks away. Things have been going there. We're ramping that up. It's basically a collection on block 9 sats with parent-child provenance, connecting it back to inscription number 3314. Also, fun fact is the entire collection is cursed.
You did them on cursed.
No, they're all cursed already.
Oh.
So you know how the Jubilee went through, and we can't have cursed inscriptions no more?
Yeah.
Because of how I was doing it for the past 3 months, the entire collection is just cursed by default, permanently cursed. I think there's a cap supply of 430,000 cursed inscriptions around, estimated. So it's within that range. That's coming. If you want whitelist, we're gonna have boss fights in the Discord next week. So stay tuned for that. But that's what's coming up.
I know Mika and Friends is definitely getting whitelist, right?
Mika and Friends is getting white. You saw me get Friends. Yes, Mika and Friends is getting whitelist. Also, I think Mika should be pulling up
They
sometime.
should be pulling up soon, yes.
But yes, they are getting whitelist. I was beat to a pulp until I basically submitted and said, yes, you guys will get whitelist. So
Mika's hard to say no to.
Mika is very hard to say no to.
Bro, looking forward to the battalions, bro. Always a pleasure, man, chopping it up with you. Love the curse inscriptions. Love what you're doing, bro.
I love you too. Appreciate you.
I'll be waiting for my dick butt, sir.
You will get your dick butts too.
One dick equals one butt.
One dick, one butt.
Let us go. Oh. Let me sneak up on Jen right now.
Hello. I'm sorry. I failed. I'm here.
No, you did not fail. I failed. I failed you.
No, yeah. My phone was on Do Not Disturb and airplane mode all day, so that was totally my bad because I sent a time and then I didn't. Anyway, what's good?
What's up, Jen? What are you doing these days?
I mean, we dropped OmniSat on testnet for everyone to try today, so if you haven't done that yet, go do it. It's on testnet. This is the only real fake internet money, right? I'm making all these gains in the pools of look how much it's all fake. It's on testnet, but I honestly think it's such a cool way for people to learn. Testnet was a huge thing for me getting into ETH, and yeah.
You go into a little bit more details about your OmniSats and what you guys are doing.
So it is a native layer 1 of Bitcoin, fully decentralized, well, will be, BRC20 swap. So yeah, there's Layer 1 Foundation is a really cool place where You can go and get involved in the conversation, but you can try it all out on testnet. There's a bunch of tutorials. I don't want to like. I feel like we're not allowed to shill on this shit. So,
No,
like,
please chill. So Jen, if you don't know, does an amazing. She has an amazing other account called Jen Teaches, which is like teaches dumbasses like me how to do things that are like super techy. Great like channel to learn from. So Jen, come on, shill your Jen Teaches channel.
Gen F Teach. Like NFT, but Gen F Teach, you know?
Ah.
You got the puns? Yo, whoever has genfteach.sats, I want it, and you're rude for trying
squatting on
to
that.
do that for someone who gives like free education and probably taught you how to do that. But I didn't have enough Bitcoin.
I have that.
You have this and some other guys, and I messaged the guy, and I'm like, oh my god, you have it, like, and he's like, no, I've been trying to get in touch with that guy, I don't know who he is. I was like, oh fuck, I'm not allowed to curse on this. I'm already canceled. I'm so canceled.
No, you're so good. You're so good. Okay. So, okay. What motivated you to do the Gen NFT channel?
Okay, to be honest, I just started teaching everyone because there was no information when I got started, and I think it's really important. And everyone was like, oh my god, you're here, mass adoption's here. And then I'm like, look at me 6 months later, I've literally built shit that you don't even know how it works. Because I knew everyone was lying. And I wanted other people to know that people are lying and know how to decipher it, right? And I used to teach people on Clubhouse. Like, I don't promote it, but I literally keep it completely separate because I have a lot of opinions. I say them on Twitter all the time. I never want that to scare someone from getting education. I also get deplatformed a lot, so you know. But yeah, videos, you know, everyone learns a different way, and I used to do just written, and people really like and learn from videos too. And on YouTube, you can translate it to other languages way better than you can written. So yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a need in the space.
Oh, dude, I love your channel. I've learned like a lot of things actually watching your videos and
Yeah,
everything.
it's crazy like the people that watch it, right? Because I don't like hype it, but it goes out in so many different forms. I'm not optimizing for any analytics there. I just want the information to be there for people to find it, and like it's reached some cool people. And when you like get questions from people or like see YouTube comments of people that like aren't on Twitter, right? It's like, okay, cool. Crypto is so much bigger than all of us, and I think that's like the fun part about this is just like, how can you expand someone else's world? Because I know my mind was blown when I started learning about all of this, but like all the shit that we talk about all day, that's not in the books. It's not in, you know, when you Google what is blockchain, right? And I want people to get it, and I want people to be safe. So if you do anything, watch my safety video. It is under 20 minutes, and if you've seen the millions of dollars that have been taken, hacked, no, it's all preventable. Watch the video.
Dude, you heard it from the source here first. Jen, NFT Teach.
I need a drink.
Give us a Twitter or the X handle really quick so people can find it.
At GenFTeach in all caps, and mine is at Adult Arts, which is linked in the bio. You don't need to follow me anywhere. Just watch the videos and learn.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, what you got? Well, look at Troy just fondling me, bro. Jesus Christ. Look at this fucking addict, bro, just reaching in my pocket. And he takes two.
Dude,
this son of a bitch.
It's for bear.
This son of a bitch.
Check it out.
This son of a bitch.
Look, somebody, I'm going to show. Somebody,
So Troy's showing us porn on his phone now.
No, this dude.
This is what happens when you're a Hollywood actor. You don't get canceled.
Someone tagged me. Look, read that. What did that say?
It says fart cummers.
Dude, what is that?
Fart Cummers NFT coming soon. So Troy has a new NFT that he's promoting called Fart Cummers.
I do not. There I am.
There he is,
so
and there's
meta,
Fart
so
Cummers.
meta. Anyway, I do not have an NFT at all. I'm not even in Web 4. What is it? 3?
Web 3, sorry.
I'm not even in 2024, no baby. That's all I gotta say.
This man just does one TV show, you know, and just starts shilling his Fart Cummers everywhere and robbing my cigarettes. You gotta love Troy.
That's the funny thing about one TV show.
It was a good TV show.
66 or 7.
King of Suckballs Mountain, I love you. I'll see you in a minute, bro. That was Troy, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know Troy, check out Barry. He has the most infamous line on Barry. Ad-libbed, King of Suckballs Mountain. That was a legend himself right there. Let's see. Who will we go to next? Let's go. Oh. Excuse me. Cosmo Demichi collected artist right here. Chris,
We don't have something else that we could say about it.
not only that, but a sick guitar shredder. So,
Thanks.
Dude.
We were just talking about music, actually, and I'm talking about the whole.
and let's get Fly right in here. too. Go-
So he's a shredder, and I'm a shredditor.
A shredder.
So we're shredding things. Yeah.
So music NFTs.
Yeah, and how I'm basically not. I do not resonate with basically the way that everything has sort of evolved so far in Web3. I have a totally different angle on that perspective on it. It's sort of what I was telling him, and I've been working it kind of over the last few years, observing and taking it all in of piecing together the approach and exactly what I want to do. And I think I kind of got it. So, and it's a lot I'm going to be working on this, but it took a lot to get there.
So where do you see like music NFTs lacking right now in Web3?
Well, it's actually what I was just telling him is that.
I beat you to it, bro. You're late.
And I don't know.
I'm late. Chris Flyride beat me to it.
I'll try to make this pretty quick, but so this is kind of my assessment of this: is there was never a high-end, like the same way that we had, fine art before. Like there was always high-end physical art, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have that with music, right? So when, like in early 2021, when like February or March, when all of this thing started to happen with NFTs, obviously there was the stuff that was before and the people that were really early, but I could see how collectors and people that if you believed in NFTs could make the jump from owning a physical piece that's worth a lot of money to owning an NFT, not of art, right? Okay. Never had that really with music. Music has been this thing that people perceived very, very differently. Now, many years ago, I think there was definitely a higher value on this, but it's the whole meta of that has gone like down in value. So what I think happened is that yes, you had a lot of musicians that were like, oh, this is really cool. This is a new thing with Web3. We could, NFTs. This is really interesting. But the whole meta and hustle that they had, and the way that they have been going in with streaming, that's what they're accustomed to. And that I feel like where that led is to something like Sound XYZ. It's like after 3 years, instead of going this direction where it could have gone more like the art thing, it hasn't. It's gone the other way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons for that, and it makes sense to me, and I get it. But one of the things I really want to focus on and sort of spearhead is not doing that and doing it differently. And how do you do that? So that's the task, and I've been sort of looking at that for the last couple of years and exactly how to approach it. So,
And how would you approach it? Like, what would you do differently?
I've got it, and I'm working on it. I don't want to talk about.
You don't want to leak
right
it
now.
yet.
No, not yet. But and this is something I've been working on for a long time. And one thing is just one of the things that's a bit different for me is where I had a background of doing rock music and guitar shredding, but where I was really focusing on what before was really orchestral music and scoring. So I've got this whole other skill set that is a bit different, and now I kind of blend these things together and can steer it different ways. But I'm kind of going to attack it from sort of that angle and then combining it with my art. And exactly how it's really important how I do it and how it's really packaged and so that's a piece of it. So it's going to be very different from what, and I get that a lot of people are approaching it from sort of the pop angle or the that thing. This is going to be a different thing.
Dude, I do love your art and like how you've been combining like the music with like the.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've been doing it with the short form thing. This is going to be kind of combining both, and I'm not that's the other thing too is I'm not fading on Web 2, on the old thing. I'm going to involve all of that, and that was, we actually had this whole other conversation here with about COO or the Creative Commons, right? And one thing that I think gets lost in another difference between art and music is that with actually in music, the publishing side of it and the performance organizations, that actually works really well. Performing rights like BMI and ASCAP, that's really cool. There's nothing like that on the art side. So you've got very different things happening here. And so that's the thing, is like that side of things, there's some good stuff still over there. Yes, the streaming shit, that went down, it's like obviously there's not, you don't make very much money doing that, but there's other things that do work there. So I want to combine the things that do work and try to come up with something on the Web3 side that's kind of my own thing. That's what I'm going for.
Chris, bro, I fucking love it. Dude, where can people find you if they're looking for you on social media?
My handle is Chris Arvan, my name. You can find that, ChrisArvan. That's Instagram, Twitter, and everything else. And I just getting going on TikTok. I don't know, I ignored that for years, so I'm getting that going.
I've ignored TikTok for a while too. I need to get on it.
So I'm working on that.
So
thank you.
No,
Thanks,
no worries, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
From one Chris to another Chris. Let's go to Mr. Content right here.
What are we doing?
Let me hop over here. I got somebody's car keys. Don't leave. Okay. Oh, okay, man. So Chris, bro, one of the best producers in this space, if you don't know him, produces the Espresso Shop. Congratulations again on getting the partnership with Rug Radio for Espresso Shop. I see Espresso Shop growing. You're going into gaming and all that kind of thing. So for anybody starting out in this space that wants to produce great content like you, what is your advice?
I think.
Take that mic.
All right, I'm gonna take this mic. Here's what I
Take this
say.
mic, get a close up on him while I grab another Friday beer, one of our sponsors.
Hey, can you get me one?
Yeah.
We all need a Friday beer. Okay, so definitely if you're gonna make content, make it snappy, make it fast, make it something somebody can consume, enjoy, laugh at, be done with, and then drink a beer too and move on with their day. I don't know.
Friday Beer, the official sponsor of IRL Alpha, the official beer of IRL Alpha.
Cheers, boys. Yeah, so, I don't know. This is one thing that I want to do, though. All right, so for tonight, Sansa's not going to watch this. He's not going to know. Yeah, it's Coors Light. So, here's the thing. Sansa starts his show in a memorable way. At the very beginning, he plays his intro song, and then it cuts and he goes, "Good morning!" All right.
I do love Sansa's energy.
So tonight, I'm going to go walk around, and I'm going to pass the microphone around and the camera, and I'm going to get all sorts of people saying, "Good!" And then I'm just going to clip them together. And then we're going to have like a 20-second long good morning.
I love that.
And then I'll just give it to Sansa, and we'll post it up tomorrow, and it'll be a good time. So that's my advice. Do shit like that.
Now, if people want to make clips go viral, what's your advice on virality and how to get that going?
I mean, short clips that are repeatable, and a lot of times you can have things that are packed in there so that they have to watch it a second time so that they can see the thing that they missed, right? Other times people will say something wrong intentionally because somebody else will watch it a second time and they'll be like, "Did he say that word wrong?" For example, earlier today, we were ending Espresso Shot, and this isn't something that Sansa knows we're going to clip, but we're for sure going to clip it. But he said that, what did he say? He said that somebody was a loose canyon. and then right after that, he muted all the mics and he ended the space. But me and Wajda just wanted to tell him that he's an idiot because he said loose canyon, because I don't think he knows that it's not loose canyon.
So they did it purposely.
So I don't think he knew, but I know that if I put that in a video, you're gonna have mad comments of people being like, did this guy just say loose canyon instead of loose cannon? And that's the idea. What will get people to care?
Well, it's funny because I remember Jonah did this idiom one time where he's like, "I got my hands in my pocket."
Right.
And it's who says that? It became a deal. It was hilarious because I think he said it on the Nick and P.O. morning show.
Right.
So it's that did create a little bit of virality with like you said, do something wrong, like a loose cannon.
Oh, yeah.
Nip it in the butt instead of nip it in the bud.
Yeah, man, just
cause
something.
controversy, get the conversation going.
People love to correct somebody else, and especially internet professors. They love to be the one that knows more than the person that made the video. So you can troll them if you want. I don't know. There's a million ways that you can do stuff, but if you want to go viral, I would look into how to go viral. But I would really ask most people the question why? Why do you need to go viral? Why can't you just show up consistently, authentically, all the time? You don't ever need to be viral. You just need to have something that stacks and builds over time. So that's my thought.
Final question, man. What makes a great NFT morning show or a space is what you got with this Espresso Shot? What's the sauce there?
I mean, format is an important thing. People know what to expect. So certain things there's a good book called Primal Branding, and they talk about certain things that are primal words or rituals or like all these different things that people, they want what they know to expect, and they'll come and they'll show up for it. I listen all the time, even the thing I mentioned with the good morning, that's every morning I hear that. And I'm usually at about the same place in my day, dropping off my kid to school, and I hear it, and it's like, and it makes me smile every day. Little things like that will get people to keep coming back because they know that there's the thing that they're going to enjoy and they can expect it. And then, I don't know, be funny. That helps start the day laughing. That's always good.
Have your own personality and be your unique self.
100%.
Don't try to put on a front because people recognize that so quick.
People smell bullshit real easy.
Especially in this space.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, Chris, man.
Man.
Always a pleasure. Ooh. Friday beers, baby. Friday beers. Cheers. Friday beers on a Thursday. Oh, look who's here. What's up, baby? What's up, man? You want to be on camera or no?
I don't care. Ask him if Mika's a LARP. Oh, I'm sorry. It's already been discussed.
So hold on. Wait, hold on. I got the best coin. I'll tell you after. We'll go off camera for this one. Trancy, dude. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Like, how's everything going?
I've been good. Helped with 2 mints and launches today. They both killed it, so it's like...
Hold on, I got a question. Was eBay you?
No.
That was pretty fucking genius.
I actually know who it is, and it's a bunch of D-Gods guys, but it's
Is
not.
it really?
It wasn't me. I know who it was.
It was super genius,
Yeah.
especially like the Mark Hulser, like
Oh,
gently
yeah.
used.
That wasn't me, but that's why it gave it away to me who I knew it was once I started seeing all those things.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. It's pretty good.
That was a pretty good one, man.
There's actually a new fire meme right now. It's called fentanyl. Have you seen it?
Fentanyl.
Bro, this
No,
thing-
I've done it, but I have
No,
not
no,
seen
no.
it.
Bro, this thing just hit 6 million market cap on the launch, but the
What?
memes are insane. It's so fun. It's
Did it just launch today?
yeah, and I think it's called CCP, like China Communist Party.
Yeah.
But then ticker is fentanyl.
Oh my
and
God.
It's fucking retarded. The memes are fucking retarded behind it. Yeah, that was kind of a weird one. Too many callers involved, but.
It's funny because it's like when I started off like Solana meme coining, I had like maybe like 5 Telegram chats. Now I got like 30, 40, and I can't keep up with everything. So it's like I definitely missed that one, which
Yeah.
would have been a great one to call.
You got to pin and make folders in your Telegram. That's like I have so many of them, and I only pay attention to like one that's pinned on my front page, and so I don't have to worry about that shit. But yeah. Other than that, there was a Mixed Mob NFT launch. They sold out. Floor's already up to 4.5 or something. And
On Solana?
yeah, it's a game. It's like played a racing. It's Mario Kart for Web3 racing game. They're launching a token. Token's going for like 45 million market cap at launch. So
Wait, what's this called again? Like Mario?
it's called Mixed Mob Racing.
Okay.
And that was just on Magic Eden today. But yeah, that we've been helping with that launch at my gaming project. So it was pretty cool to see him mint out like pretty quickly.
Dude, and you come from the gaming space, right? So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, literally, yeah, like my real background is making and working on video games and in Web3 gaming, and I just got into NFTs because I think the NFT culture is more fun, and I think the shitcoin culture is more fun. Gaming feels like a job and it's serious to me now, like versus like just memeing all day.
Shitcoining is fun. So here's a question. What do you think makes a good shitcoin?
The good memes, good culture, people, a community that will build around it instead of like if once the community buys into the culture, like that's how they go crazy. Like, the dog with hats, the silly coins, it has to,
Silly ripped.
yeah, it has to do with the community organically liking it. That's why I think fentanyl will do well. The memes are really good.
And fentanyl is pretty awesome. Not advocating for it.
Not advocating for it, but if you look at the memes and you go online and look at their Twitter, it's pretty fire.
Dude, CCP and ticker fentanyl is fucking hilarious. Dude, how the fuck did I miss that today?
It was like a low-key hyped launch with a bunch of people.
Did all the cools call it?
Like literally everybody called it. Like everyone.
I have like 3,000 Telegram messages that I've
started in like 4 minutes. So if you want to
Are we already going? Wow, that went fast. All right. Trancy, we got some things to talk about after. Our boy Trancy, check him out. where can we find you on social if we want? Just get in here.
At Trancy on Twitter with a 3 instead of an E.
I think it might be time.
Look, let's get our last victim, Junior, right here, or Jr.
How's it going?
How's it going, Jr?
I'll take Junior. Junior's
No, Jr. Founder of OniForce.
Correct. Now it's in beautiful hands, and Mr. Star-Lordy, who is taking it above and beyond levels that I couldn't even imagine. So pretty happy with it right now.
Bro, dude, what was the inspiration for that project?
Inspiration was Gorillaz, the band Gorillaz.
Are you serious?
So their music art, I checked it out. I'm like, I love this. I want to do it, and I tried creating it myself. Couldn't do it, and then I sent I Am Complex, best artist ever, message on Instagram, and I was like, I have a great idea for a project. Would love you to be a part of it, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Now we're here. Now we're living the dream. So pretty happy.
Dude, Jared, glad to see you here, bro. Sorry I couldn't make it to your studio last night.
I probably got another noise complaint, so I'm glad. Next week.
Next week. Let's do it, baby.
Hell yeah, appreciate it.
Bosh, let's get it. So that is all the time we have for the IRL Alpha pre-show. Shout out to our sponsors, Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult, Friday Beers, and Moon World. Now, here is our panel with all these amazing D-gens, except for this guy. Don't get a shot on this guy. We have the foreign agent of China in the CCP, Patrick Almadon. Huh? Paris. Oh, that's Paris? Oh, shit. Okay. Nice to meet you, Paris. Amazing artist in the space, Paris. My favorite contrarian, Began. Postbook, right?
Not a Wookiee.
No, Postbook. Always on Deezus Spaces. Always check you. Yes. One of my favorite artists in the space, Terrell Dom. Stay tuned for the IRL Alpha main show coming to you live from Venice, California. That is all the time we have. Starting in 2 minutes. Thank you very much, chat, for joining. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. Shout out to all our sponsors. Love you, motherfuckers. Peace out. Damn, that one went fast.
I need that.
Hey, sweetie. It was good. It went really fast. Like, they're like, oh, we're starting. I'm like, no shit. You should? Oh, no, yeah, no, you're totally good. You're totally good.
What is happening?
Yeah, you can pop in. What up, Slime?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, dude. Dave, yeah, sorry, I had the sunglasses. I was like, bro, you look like this dude Slime that comes here. Yeah.
I'll take it. What's your name?
Los.
What's your name?
Los.
Los?
Yeah, nice to meet you, bro.
Bear's the best. Forgotten Runes is the best. Shadow Hats for life. Thanks for introducing us.
What's up, dude? How you doing, bro? Young King. Good job. Oh, thank you, bro. What's up, G?
Check, can you hear us?
Yo, Chad, are you out there? Can you hear us? Where's Shava? Shava's in the front row like always. Shava, the show does not start. Oh, really? Oh, my God. Someone's going to have to hold Shava right now. Boo, LFG. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, hopefully you can hear us here. Beautiful. I'm just waiting for confirmation from my beautiful producers. Yeah, Wardhall, what's up? Hello. Hello, chat. Before we do get started, everyone, if you got a phone, right, we are live streaming this, so it's on X, it's on YouTube. If you want to open up the IRL Alpha account, maybe give it a like, maybe give it a bookmark, maybe give it a retweet, maybe go in the comments and say, oh my God, this is so cool. Even if it's not cool, okay, it'll get cooler as the night goes on. Just, you know, the algorithm and whatnot, it all helps here. Loud and clear, boom, that's what I like to hear. I think that means we're ready. Beautiful. Welcome to IRL Alpha. My name is Begamot, and I'm your host, and we're here to talk about all things NFT and Web3. However, before we actually get to the topics, things are changing here. It's a new year. It's 2024. If you guys didn't know, we don't make any money from this when we're changing that this year. So we actually have our first sponsors. So, yes. So a couple quick shout-outs. If you guys are around here drinking some free beers, those are from our Venice neighbors, Friday Beers. If you guys walk by Abbott Kinney, you look up, you might see a little neon saying Friday Beers. They're supplying us with those free beers. Drink them, show them on camera, all that kind of fun stuff here, okay? I'm not allowed to drink them for the show, but after the show, I'm going to be crushing those, okay? Number two, there's some wacky machine there in the back that has an AI assistant you can talk to. It's got a bunch of like little worlds you can go inside. You can see it back there. That thing is actually a touchscreen. It's interactive. There's AI involved in it. That is Moonworld. Moonworld is a very ambitious like sci-fi NFT project. They have a sci-fi audio series that you can actually audition for on Spaces. I am currently auditioning for it. Troy is right now coaching me. I'm hoping to get my first actual voice acting gig from this. They also have an online metaverse called Moonworld, which you can access and hang out with people if you go on OpenSea and buy their container. So please check out Moonworld. Last, definitely not least, we don't really need to give them a shout out today. Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult, they just did a mint today for Shadow Hats. They minted out instantly in 20 minutes here for 0.2 Bitcoin. But however, the project is dank as fuck. They have comic books. They actually have a game. They actually have a card game that we can actually play here. Please check them out as well. Okay, beautiful. There we go. See? Okay. I didn't know Bear was in the back still, okay? I didn't know Bear was in the back. All right. So before we get to the actual topics here, which is we're going to actually, argue about art and some other things here, quick couple other notes here. The show run by not too many people here. So we got a small crew here. We got Rosenbaum, we got Jerry, we got Trick. Rosenbaum handles all the booking, all the guests, all the sponsor stuff. Jerry and Trick, production, lights, audio, every single thing in here. Please give them a quick round of applause. Okay, and with that, let's break down how this thing works. So this is not a panel where we're going to lecture about stuff. We're here to argue with you, okay? So if you got a hot take, you're in the first two rows. There's microphones in those first two rows. Raise your hand. Let's get a mic in your hand. Say whatever you're going to say. If you're in the chat, just type your spicy takes all day, every day. If you're in the back of the room, there's a microphone right there. Get up, walk to the mic, stand in line, give your stuff, okay? However, got a couple things. Do not show your project. Only I'm allowed to show, and the people on stage here. Do not tell us your life story. Keep your takes nice, short, and sweet. If you start rambling on for a while, you're going to hear something like, and that means wrap it up. You keep going, you might hear something like, that's, okay. And we will start booing, okay? It does happen. It's not fun being booed. All right. With that, let's just get into it. For the first time on the show, very, very excited. Terrell Jones, amazing artist. Done so many cool drops. I mean, Super Rare. You did a Quadrillion. You did one of the Proof Grails too, right?
Some stuff.
There you go. Something else. There you go. Notable Pepe. Okay, there's a lot here. First time on the show. Amazing artist. Super excited to have him. You were in Michigan before. Have you moved to LA full time?
Yeah.
Yes, we got him, okay? When I first met him, he was like, maybe I'll come. We were trying to convince him he's here. Yeah. What are you working on? What's going on?
Right now, a big focus for Q1 is just setting up my first solo show.
Nice.
I'll talk more about it when I can, but yeah, that's just a big focus right now.
Beautiful solo show. Oh my God, it's gonna be fun here.
Yeah.
Also, for the first time on the show, we were just talking on the space the other day. We were having such a fun conversation, and then we sadly had someone drop out. I was like, wait, she lives in LA? Let's go. And then I found out she's, post-Wook does not stand for Wookiee. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again here. Post-Wook, another amazing artist, always on Spaces, dropping fiery takes here. Bunch of cool art. What's going on?
Oh man, do I really drop that many fiery takes?
Yeah, you kind of do.
Oh shit.
You're slightly contrarian sometimes. That's a good thing.
That's what my fiance says. Actually.
Okay, nice.
He tells me contrarian, so maybe he's right. What do I have going on? So I am going to be doing a Solana drop pretty soon, which I'm very excited about. And this is going to sound so annoying, but I have something coming that is so big that once it happens, you will know exactly what it is. But until then, I'm under an NDA, which is so annoying to say. But it's like the biggest thing I've ever done in my career, and I'm very grateful. And then I've got, I did a ordinals drop too. We did it on the same drop.
Oh, nice. Nice. Beautiful.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other stuff. I'm probably going to be doing a big dynamic drop on ETH around my birthday, so late March. But that's very TBD at the moment. But that's the Q1 plan, yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what's going to happen is at the after party, we'll get a couple drinks going, and then we're going to get all these NDAs broken, okay? That's how it works here, all right?
I don't drink.
Also, no, we're going to drink, and we're going to convince you, okay? Also, for anyone who is standing in the back, we do have a couple more seats upstairs. If you want to walk up those stairs, feel free to. If not, you can keep standing. Okay, for the first time also on the show, a lot of first times. I mean, ordinals, that's all anyone talks about. Every single space is either ordinals are taking over or ETH is dead. There's no topic, so we got to have some people who are actually deep in the space. Paris, for the first time, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me. So Q1, I got a 2K PFP collection on ordinals dropping, and 2 children's books that is going to be launching February, and also the Bitcoin halving on April, so it'll be fun.
Nice. Oh, you timed it up with the halving, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be specifically about Bitcoin mining.
Oh, cool. Nice. A children's book about Bitcoin mining. Finally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, baby's first miner. I've been looking for that.
You know it.
Beautiful. And back again, not arrested, 2024. You said your New Year's resolution was just not to be in jail, right?
Yeah, that's the resolution.
Beautiful. That doesn't mean he's going to stop at the fire he takes. Last week we missed him because he put out a couple things on the timeline that made everyone angry, and then doesn't show up to the show, and we're just arguing about it alone. Patrick, how are you? What's going on?
It's good. I dropped Tezos price by 8%.
Yeah, do you think so? Actually.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you for having me back, obviously. I 404 launched as a foundation a couple weeks ago, so excited about that. Have an artist grant coming out soon, an art writing program going to be launching this week, and then we're going to have another curation contest. So if anybody here feels like curating art from 404, going to have another contest coming out in the next week or so.
Beautiful. Actually, there's a couple curation topics we might bring up tonight. Join put out a little announcement today that we might dive into. But before we do that, we got to talk about what everyone's talking about. If you go on the timeline, there's only one thing happening, right? It's just ordinals this, ordinals that. But however, we're starting to move. It's no longer just, I'm minting this PFP. Okay, look, we minted this thing that was on ETH on ordinals. It's now art, right? And we've seen a couple pieces come out where, they're the most successful drops in generative art of the last 12 months, right? Pretty crazy. So Harto put out Golden Ratio, and I think NFT Stats said that it was pretty much the highest market cap of any single drop in gen art outside of art, beyond art blocks, right? So kind of curious everyone's thoughts. Now ordinals aren't just about storing permanent stuff. We're moving into art. Gen art's kind of taking over here. So we got a couple people who've done ordinals. Patrick, how do you feel?
No, I mean, I think it's good to have people talk about durability. You look at kind of what the primary concerns of a lot of collectors are on the space. It's is this tech going to be around? The whole reason Tesla's going to be dead in 2027. If the chain goes down, yeah, you can always run a node to access it. But if you can't trade it, if there's no currency backing it, all of a sudden it becomes a lot less fun to own that token. So with Bitcoin, because it's all stored on chain, on the SAT, it's a pretty good way to store something that's small, which fits generative really well. So that seems to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, so there are 2 topics you just tied in here. Okay, so you put the tweet out, chain's dying, Tezos might die. Tezos was the art chain for a long time. This was a Bitcoin Pro tweet. This was an ordinals tweet. I thought this was you announcing your ordinals project. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh yeah, that's a lot to read. I wouldn't read it.
You wrote it. You wrote it here. You wrote it. But yeah, so Paris, you're over here in ordinals here. How did it feel for you? Because you're not doing gen art right now, right? So you're kind of carving out a little different world. Do you feel like the gen artists are coming in and stealing your thunder? What's happening?
No, I think it's a great place, especially to start with generative art, because it's a beautiful way where you can utilize code and display pieces. And I know Billy did a great piece where he did a specific code, and you're able to put your own inscription in, and you were able to generate your own personal connection to the collection. So I think it's beautiful. I think there's a place for generative art, and just having a stored art on a Satoshi. It's impermanent. You can't change it once it's there, and that's the beauty of it. So.
Venturing, you're back. Welcome. Okay. Are you collecting? You're the gen art dude. Okay. Are you collecting over here? Did you get golden ratio?
I will say that I have been playing around in Bitcoin recently. Yes.
Yeah, I knew you were.
I'm saying
Okay.
it quietly, but yeah, I've been playing around.
Quietly on
I've
the
been
live
chatting
broadcast.
with Big God over here
But I'm saying,
on the side.
But so what's different though, man? You're an ETH gen art dude. You collect all, every single piece that comes out. You're already on top of it here. What's different in ordinals? Is the art better? Is it just the fact it's on chain?
I don't know if there's really. I mean, what only the chain being different, but I mean, I think. I gotta agree a lot with what Patrick's saying. I mean, I think for just the durability of the chain, being able to put art on chain, I mean, that's the way to go. So I mean, being able to do that like on individual sats, not having to use like any kind of smart contracts at all for it. I mean, it's a really cool idea.
I also just want to add that collection, it was all based off of inscription numbers from art that was already on chain, right? So that's like an extra level of not only how it connects to the blockchain specifically, but also the art and just participation. So I do think this is really cool.
Yeah, so this little metric of the floor being bigger than every other drop, I mean, that's an impressive thing, but this is really just a moment in time where the hype is on ordinals. That's not reflective of the art itself. It's not to say anything bad about golden ratio. The fact of the matter is, though, like, yes, the hype is here right now. Everyone's calling ETH NFTs dead, which is great. You know, it's fine. They're not really dead. It's just a moment in time where people are all hyped about a new chain. Myself personally, all I'm doing is operating on ordinals, so I'm about the hype as well. But I don't think the golden ratio metric here is reflective negatively on what's happening on ETH. It's just just the hype.
You don't think the golden ratio is the Fidenza of ordinals? Okay.
I think it's really just surface level right now. I think that this art is really great. I think that you should, I don't have any disrespect towards Hardo and some of these other artists, but there's so much more you can do here using specific or sort of unique things on Bitcoin as the seed to generate interesting outputs. Palindromic sats, sat numbers, sat names. Like, no one's done this stuff yet. It's going to happen. And I think that's maybe when you see the Fidenza of ordinals. I don't know.
Well, okay, so this is why, to be honest, like,
I don't like making that comparison ever, but
yeah. I'm getting real triggered because people keep saying the Fidenza of ordinals. I keep every single release that comes out, they're saying the Fidenza of ordinals, and I keep wanted to back up that Fidenza is not an aesthetic thing. When it came out, it wasn't like, oh, it's just pretty, right? Tyler Hobbs, we use long form generative, the term, all the time to describe generative art that it fills that category because he wrote a blog post about it, right? I think a lot of people are saying, oh, cool, I'm doing gen art on Bitcoin. Maybe I'm even finding some cool sats to inscribe on. No one is moving the culture of art forward anymore, though. Everyone is just like, hey, look, it's a cool aesthetic over here. I did it on rare sats. I'm like, great, we already knew about rare sats. I knew about this aesthetic. How does that move art forward? Tyler's writings times his art does move art into some direction here. So I think it's cool to embrace the medium. I want everyone to embrace the medium, but it still feels superficial to me.
It is superficial. Oh, go ahead.
Participatory nature of BitBlocks changes it a little bit, but also I feel like comparing in fiat currency is bullshit, right? This is 0.2 of a Bitcoin. There is things on ETH that are like worth multiple ETH on that same chart. And so a lot of crypto people, right? They think 1 ETH is 1 ETH, 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. I want the most Bitcoin. I want the most ETH, right? So I don't feel like that chart is the best way to compare.
It's not. It's a hype factor for Twitter. But I will say the technology of what ordinals are allowing artists to do, I'm super excited for the future of generative art on Bitcoin. You take people like On-Chain Monkey, right? And some of the innovations that they're trying to create. And there's a lot of other people out there exploring. So just like smart contracts and Ethereum kind of opened the door for on-chain generative art, I think Bitcoin's probably going to discover its own way to make its impact differently than a smart contract will. And that's what I'm looking for.
Well, also, I just wanted to say, it gives an artist more autonomy to develop an experience for the collectors, right? So at the end of the day, I think that, like what Jen was saying about the inscriptions already it's already inscribed using Billy's code, you're able to connect more with the piece that you've generated. And at the end of the day, as Big God said, it's a seed where it allows collectors to have options on what would be more rare and the experience of it all.
I think it's easy to get carried away with a lot of stuff too, and I agree with a lot of what you were saying. With art, early does not equal better. Quite the opposite. The majority in the traditional art world, the majority of artists' best work come from their mid-career. Nobody cares about Picasso's early stuff; like it's trash. right? It's not collected that well, and it's Picasso, and that's early. Like better is better, and I think we're going to start to see that. It's probably going to take a couple years. I think the most positive thing about Bitcoin is that we're tapping into a whole other audience of collectors and money for artists. If we have collectors on Solana picking up art, we have collectors on Bitcoin now picking up art, and Bitcoin was the most resistant of all the different communities. So I think just from like what it looks like from a artist ecosystem to have so many new collectors on so many different chains collecting art, I think that multi-chain is really healthy for artists. So I'm really pro whatever we're seeing on Bitcoin, whatever we're seeing on Solana, ETH. It's all good for the artist, and I think that's what's most important.
See, I think one of the big differences, though, is that when we're telling people to innovate the art in Bitcoin, it's all related to Bitcoin itself. So we're telling everyone, look at the rare sats, figure out what sat to mint on. It's all about, how do you use exactly Bitcoin itself? And then some other people in some other fields are going to say, okay, I'm trying to innovate my own personal art this way. We're telling everyone to experiment with one section of technology, which that makes me a little uncomfortable because you're not telling an artist to do your regular art, but as long as you experiment with rare sats, then we're going to love it. That doesn't sound like good art.
I don't think that's true, though. For example, we were talking about bit blocks, right? And Billy's first collection, ordinal shards, was like crystals, right? And then he incorporated the chain. But I do think and I've talked about this a ton, that sats themselves are such a unique canvas, right? There's so much information and storytelling with the sat itself, and it doesn't have to be rare, right? As an artist, that's inspiring. Just like when I got brought on to crypto in general, and people talked about all these things you could do on ETH that you honestly really couldn't do on ETH. But I was like, this is so cool, and I'm thinking about it so differently. So to be inspired by your medium, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, but people will run into the problem of just because you put it on a certain particular type of sat and it's art, that it means something more without actually thinking about the intent of what the storytelling is of why you put that art on that sat. You can't just be like, oh, it's a rare sat, so let me take this piece of shit from my toilet and put it on it. Boom.
Everyone's racing to figure out what we will ultimately end up valuing, and nobody knows yet. It's going to take a few years before it washes out what people actually care about. I mean, everyone's just speculating on everything right now. Give it 2 years. I'm curious what people actually care about. It will be something, and somebody will have figured it out, but there's no way to really know right now.
All right, go ahead.
I'm thinking more 5-10 years from now. I think one is this art market is convoluted with speculation in regards to we can flip it tomorrow, literally. There's no other art market in which you can just take a painting and do that. Well, not in the day that it was made. And the rare sat shit or whatever, yeah, I think that's smoke and mirrors for the most part, kind of. But I think one is at the end of the day is gonna be what did the artists have? What did they have to say? Terrell Jones can put his shit on a random Satoshi, and no one's gonna care that it's Block 9 or if it's I'm gonna get the Terrell Jones. And it's really I think when we take a step back is I think we're gonna just evaluate what did that person really have to say, and if we can identify 2016, Jesus, 2024, and what did that era say, and then what artists defined that era. I think that's where we're going to see the value and the understanding of what that.
Weird. It's like you have to tell a story with art.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I would like to see that this year. Yeah. Maybe that'll be a new thing for this year.
Well, just wanted to add, I feel like there's storytelling in everything you do. It's not necessarily just the rare sats, right? I think there's more points to ordinals than just the rare sats that people aren't talking about. There's large size in one Satoshi. That's a big thing because, inscribing on Bitcoin isn't cheap. So large file size is one thing, rare Satoshi is another. Parent-child, you're able to link back to a time when an artist, let's say in February or March of last year, and you can create a collection and create a whole storyline. So I think there's different levels on ordinals where you can tell a story and deliver an experience for collectors, and that's the main point for an artist. You want the collectors to really dive into what you're creating and enjoy the piece that in different levels. So you give them experiences from multi-point of view.
So it's Terrell, it's a good example. You released something actually on ordinals, right? It was your first release. The quadrillion was the first one?
Yeah.
Beautiful. How do you think? Are you saying okay, cool, I already make art, I'm already releasing on other chains, I need to make something different for Bitcoin? Or is it just yeah, I make art, there's different chains, I'm going to put stuff on different chains? It's if you made art for a particular gallery, you're going to be oh, I got to make it exactly to their gallery. Kind of curious, what was your thought approach?
Yeah, for me, it was more so the latter thing that you said. I just like to make art, and I want to experiment with these different chains. It's not so much like, even with one-of-ones versus like additions and stuff, there's some people that might attack it like, oh, this is a one-of-one, so I need to have better quality, or I need to do certain things here or there. But for me, it's always just been like, I like to create art. I don't ever want to have like diminished quality for something and say like, oh, it's an addition though, so I don't really care, if this is like a more trash piece or something. Like I always just want to have like a level of quality, wherever I put it.
But you have to decide at one point, like, if someone's going to pay for one piece and then you could do an addition of 50, you have to, like, consider, I don't know, something at the time. Because if I'm a collector and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like why didn't I buy the addition? If it's the same, right? We do see differences from what the art looks like from artists. Sometimes it's like, it's a bigger image, it's more detailed. If it's a GIF, it's a longer GIF. Like, right? You have to choose something, right?
I don't choose anything. It's just all the same.
All the same?
Yeah, literally.
No matter the chain?
No.
Even Solana?
I mean, I haven't done the Solana drop yet, but no.
Okay.
The Solana actually is going to be a little bit different, but that's intentional. So I guess actually to answer your question, yeah, there's some difference. Like the Solana thing is going to be more of like a self-portrait series. So it's like pictures that I took of myself that I then edited in my style, versus like the ones that are more just like pictures I took or found that like are just kind of edited in the style. There's like me, the element of me in them. That's a little different. But like when it comes to Bitcoin, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think like this goes back to the conversation we were having on Tuesday, and like, is like art is dumb. It's just like, is it important to create a meme, or is it important to create your art, and like, where do your values stand? That's kind of how I see. I mean, that's what we were talking about, right? Like, that's what you were saying.
My value is in memes, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing here. Okay.
Pepe only.
I think it really matters. I think when you dig into it, like you have to understand the medium, and I think understanding the nuances, the different chains, different contracts, different options for IPFS, like where all of the elements make up the medium that your digital art is on. And I think really understanding that so you can make intentioned choices that support the artwork itself, I think is important. I think that's important to help the art age well also. So I think it is valuable to like dig in and understand exactly what you're doing and really have a reason why you're making the choices you're making.
Oh yeah, I just want to be clear. I'm not like saying that from like an ignorant standpoint. I think you're adding to what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, agreeing with you.
Yeah. No, it's just like I think that like obviously like part of why I'm waiting for the Solana thing is I want to like get more involved in the community before I like drop something. Because like I actually went into it being like, yo, the mutability part of this is really cool. Like how do I make something that can like be like unlocked and people can change? And they were like, we don't have tech for that yet. And I was like, okay, well tell me when you do. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, how do I use this like coin and this chain to like actually do something differently? But I think like what happens with a lot of artists that I talk to at least is like the ideas that we have like get like kind of eroded by the chain and like the technology that's available. I'm sure you've run into that a lot.
It's one of the biggest things about Bitcoin right now is that it's, oh, I want to mint on Bitcoin, make it smaller, make it smaller, remove this, remove that. Oh my God, there's 1,000 restrictions. Okay, you want to do that's going to cost a fortune. And then that does affect the art, but. Yeah.
There's a concept of medium specificity in art where, whatever medium you're working within, you should push it as much as possible. So the easiest example is Van Gogh. He's working in paint, so he layers the paint to actually give it a 3D quality, right? That's really pushing the medium. And I think some of the most interesting digital art we see is when people do take the time to work with more tech-savvy people. Like, artists are focused on the art, and it does take collaboration with people who are so into the code that they understand how to push that as a medium to really have the biggest breakthroughs. So, yeah, I think that's kind of what Began seems to be advocating for. How do we push it? How do we break it?
No, I have the problem of where we have a medium, and then everyone's like, cool, we're going to do medium specificity, and go, what was your art before? Is it just a medium, then you're just going to go down that route? Right? If you were living in a bubble and you're focusing on whatever your art is, whatever's in your heart, you're not going to just say like, oh, everyone's doing stuff around rare sats. I'm going to do the coolest thing about rare sats. It's like, no, you're expressing something from your heart. I think that like it's cool to embrace a medium, but people are getting lost and saying, I'm going to have a unique gimmick in this medium that will make my art worth something.
That's the thing. It's got to be good. Like you have to push it, but it also has to be good. Like so much of these gimmicks are just dumb and like won't age well. And like, why are you doing that? I just think you have generally bad judgment, and I think that just probably should reflect on your career and your art. But
I think well, any artist
push
right now,
it, but do something well.
I would say any artist who already was successful doing anything on any chain right now, if they come for the Bitcoin and they just say it's a rare sat, it's parent-child, and I've done 2 other things, we're gonna go, holy shit. They really get us. And it can be the exact image that they would have minted on ETH, and they just said, it's on a rare sat. And like you could say that the art can still be good outside of that. It's that you need to embrace the gimmicks at the bare minimum, and then we're all going to be on your side.
That's less gimmicky. I mean, that's taking 35 seconds to understand the medium, which I feel like is the bare minimum. And like kudos to them for doing that. Just as long as there's no burn mechanisms.
Burn's going to happen. I cannot wait. Okay, sorry.
You need an artist to be willing to take the time to really sit down with someone like you or BitGod who understands all these things, or Troy, who's deeper than any man I know. But, who really...
Pause. Keep going.
Damn. That was... Let's move on. So...
Get out of me, seriously.
My point is, part of digital art, and why I think, digital art is really taking off now, especially as a store of value, is because we introduced scarcity to digital art, which is a natural constraint that we superficially imposed on something there is no scarcity with digital goods until we gave it scarcity. And it's the same thing with stuff like this. You have to impose constraints, work within those constraints to make the most interesting thing possible, I think. That's where it gets weird and crazy.
No, and I agree with that. I think that's the beauty of ordinals, because I think as an artist, you are allowed to experiment and tell your story in different ways. And with ordinals, it allows you to determine a certain canvas on how you want to tell your story. It's not necessarily all, in some ways, a gimmick. And there's a way to beautifully use the tech and tell the story in different ways. Like, for example, reinscription. I mean, I know it's a techie word, but essentially you're putting all your art in one Satoshi, right? It gives you that ownership as an artist, and knowing that you hold that piece for yourself, and the collectors, you can create editions, but at the end of the day, you have that piece to yourself. So essentially, I think it's the experimenting on a different canvas that makes it exciting in some ways.
But see, even right then, like we're back to talking like super technical specifications of this chain right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting for an artist. If I'm a collector, am I supposed to just be like, whoa, you've embraced it early, right? Or in 30 years, if this tech actually does keep propagating, are we going to be caring about the art, or is it going to be who innovated early on?
Nobody's going to care who went early.
No one cared.
Like, early doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. You're young, you'll learn.
I just look at
no one cares.
Snowfro and Squiggles, I feel like
different. That
starts a full movement.
He created art blocks. It's different. How's like a thing?
It's the same thing. He did art that spawned a movement, right?
But to that point, everyone in the early days of collecting art blocks, we bought everything that came in sight because it was early, and that's already after a year after the hype's proven did not matter.
Yeah, he had a significant impact in art.
It has to be good art.
He's notable.
There's different early and first. That's the difference, right? That we, for whatever goddamn reason, if you were first and it does spawn a movement, I guess it matters. Even if the first thing is, that's what you're saying?
That's fair.
Yeah, Squiggles.
I think what I'm hearing is like early and impact is what's important, not just like early in general. Like we don't like buy like prints of cave paintings, you know what I mean? Like we don't.
Should.
They didn't have like that much of an impact though.
Send the link.
Yeah, send the link. Good idea. We got a brand new business right here. Okay, we just got to mark.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, early, I agree. Early is not completely important, but it's more so like looking at the innovation curve, right? You think about when generative art came out, or even digital art, like a lot of the times traditional artists really looked at it and being like, okay, who was first in a digital art curve? But then you think about the beauty on how you can scale it, and in 5 to 10 years, we ask ourselves, will it be here? I would say yes, but more so a mature market with mature collectors.
So this is actually funny. It kind of relates to another hot tweet that came out this last week. I think every single person who's in art is blocked by Pablo, except for Patrick, who Pablo loves Patrick. Like, he's blocking everyone here. But put out this tweet essentially saying crypto art's dead. And defining crypto art specifically, it's not just about things that are minted. It's about early art in crypto, reference crypto all the time. There's Bitcoin logos, and there's charts, and we're degens, and we're skulls in our rooms, etc. And tons of the biggest artists today, that is what their start was. I always say, like, Xcopy is a crypto artist. So many Xcopy pieces are talking about, like, crypto itself. And that movement, yeah, it's like no one cares about a Bitcoin logo in art anymore. Did they have an impact? Is it actually important or not? Will we see it in MoMA? Like, So, Patrick, you're friends with Pablo. What do you think?
I love this tweet. And this tweet brought out the pitchforks.
Oh,
I mean,
like, oh my God.
This was something. People went after him. For this tweet, which I think reflects really poorly on space. People should be able to share opinions, especially if they genuinely care. They don't have to agree with you, right? Obviously, a lot of people can disagree, but if they bring out the pitchforks to go after somebody who genuinely cares about artists, I think that reflects incredibly poorly on you. So a lot of people, like a lot of names you're familiar with, I just really don't have a lot of respect for how they handle this.
See, this is how you handle it
you
properly, okay?
And
So that's how you do it correctly.
Totally valid.
Okay.
Now, if you look at what he actually said here, because everyone just got stuck on that first line in all caps, what he actually said in the tweet was that essentially, like, crypto art it'll end up being a niche. It'll be a collectible niche of art. It'll have its own history. It'll be of indeterminate size. It'll always have a place, but embracing digital art on a bigger scale is important, and supporting the artists that are making art is important. And, just kind of getting people away. There's the frog mafia, right? If you don't like Pepe, right, you better keep that to yourself, right? If you're not joining the collector drops, good luck getting collected by those collectors. There's a lot of people out there that are manipulating the space for their own gain. And there's a lot of people that just jump on anybody who isn't part of the cult. And I think that's something that needs to be addressed.
See, I agree that there's this problem of you can't take criticism, but there's also the deeper debate here of the crypto art movement itself. Is it done? If you are a person who's quote unquote making crypto art, you're just part of an old, you're dressing like it's the 50s still or something like that. And is the movement itself what's its impact going to be in the history?
Well,
books?
who's doing stuff that's new and interesting, around crypto art? I mean, kind of the memes are kind of I don't know, show me something new that's interesting. I mean, I feel like a lot of it's played out. A lot of it's it's fun and cool, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of played out. I'm more interested in seeing impactful digital art that impacts the actual real world. Nobody cares about us telling a bunch of jokes amongst each other. If we're trying to expand this to greater collectors, the greater art world, get more money from more artists, we need people from the outside to look at the space and say, oh, wait, there's good art in there. I should go through the Rubicon and figure out what a secret phrase is and get in there. And I just feel like there's something to this tweet. I feel like it was worthy of starting a discussion. He phrased it in a really antagonistic way, which is great for debate.
Yeah.
Disappointed at the pitchforks. Come on, guys, do better.
If you had tweeted that, I would have retweeted it. That was really well said. But I think that the way I see it is there's a schism coming, and it's happening now, of digital fine art and then crypto art. And I think that you're totally right. And I think that crypto art is kind of getting eclipsed by this digital fine art, and it's that's what's making the headlines now. It's not necessarily Bored Apes or whatever it was before. It's Sam Spratt and Monument Game, which was absolutely incredible and amazing, but I would not consider that crypto art. I would call that digital fine art, and that's fine. And that's how I interpreted this tweet. Was you're right. The memes are dying. It's we can't just talk amongst ourselves if we want to see this grow and expand. But, it's the culture is also going with it. One of the things I always like to think about is just with great responsibility comes consequences, right? And it's just if we want to get bigger, we're going to lose the subculture, kind of in routes and jokes and stuff, which I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of happening right now. So
I do have to make one distinction, okay? The old memes are dying. There's always new memes being born.
Yeah,
I think
of
it's
course.
super important to remember. I think a lot of people, they're attached to the old memes, and they're look, I'm just like you guys. I'm a crypto artist.
Well, I think it's just finding that gray area. Keep the humor, keep what we like doing, but at the same time, just I don't know. I feel like we need to do a better job of not creating a culture that attacks people that step outside or questions kind of what you're doing. If somebody doesn't like Pepe, cool. Hey, let them go.
No, that's ridiculous.
They don't have to
How
do
do
the
you not
Pepe
like
thing.
Pepe, though? That's ridiculous.
Exactly. We don't need to jump on the people. If someone says crypto art's dead, who cares? Keep doing your thing. Why should that affect you in any way?
There's a lot of people who want things to be very permissioned in a permissionless ecosystem, and it's, I don't know, kind of sucks. But also when we talk about impact and culture, memes are not new to crypto. They're not new to even the internet, right? Memes are an incredible way to communicate. It's something that is used in politics. I don't think you can downplay the effect of memes and their importance and their influence on society.
No, memetics are literally before memes there were memetics, and that's sociology.
But you
that's how
just
we've always
said
communicated.
that the memes are dying.
I think he's talking more about all the crypto art related, the niche crypto art.
Yes,
but
not so much memes.
I think though, I don't know. I mean, you see what the pups are doing, and honestly, I think they're fucking hilarious. They make me so fucking happy. I printed out a shirt that said ketamine on it and wore it. And I was like, why is everyone being nice to me? And I forgot I was wearing a shirt that said ketamine on it. But it was for the pups, right? I just feel I don't know. I think memes and humor and things that everyone can understand, and like, I hate it, right? I talk about it all the time where I think that if I think something is dumb, buy it, it's gonna do well in this space. But at the same time, it does well because people get happy.
So like, I think there's this thing too, like where we're talking like memes, like some artists, like guy with the most likes, his art is, you know, meme-like, right? Yeah. The difference is though, is he's doing his own memes, right? He's not being like, what's everyone doing? That one's trending, cool, Pepe's, let's go Pepe's. He's building his own meme world that I think is like interesting and it's more respectable. I think the problem is when you just start repeating, like, you know, cool, Mog glasses on everything. Cool, I'm in the crew. I made some art, put the Mog on. The whole Mog crew will now like me. I can sell some art. It's like, memes are the best. It's just they have to be your own original ones. You have to create your own world, and I think your art can be impactful. If not, like, I don't know.
I think that's like part of the reason I use like the example of like an eclipse, because like even, sorry, I'm gonna get kind of nerdy. It's like even when an eclipse is happening, like the sun is still behind the moon or vice versa. It's
What?
still there.
I thought it
It's
disappeared.
No. I mean, you just might not have object permanence, and that's okay. But like it's still there, and I think that's the thing. It's like the memes are not gonna go away. It's just like I think that the focus and where people's attention are kind of is going right now. I'm reading a book about the attention economy at the moment. It's like very on the mind. It's like the attention is going to the art a little bit more. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know. I used to go into spaces that were like this conversation. And I feel like I haven't had a conversation like this in a long time, you know, with people.
Although it's good or bad, I don't really know. It sounds like it was. I don't really know. I think it's good. I don't really know. You never know.
Oh shit. I said something wrong, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is actually, to keep it going, keep fighting about stuff here, because I actually even got to talk about Patrick about this yet. Like, because truthfully, a tweet came out that literally, it felt like it was anti-Patrick, and I was pretty excited about it here, okay?
Let's do it.
Yeah, like, come on now. You didn't see this tweet, Max? Fuck art contest. Wait a minute, Patrick.
Oh.
Is 404 not an art contest? Have you not been running an art contest week over week? So, fuck art contest. Literally, why is the space turning into bullshit? And also, great. Rareable X Forbes Optimism 150K, a CAA figment of imagination Cosmo approves with a bunch of assholes. It's gross. And every tweet he puts after here, they're all barely comprehensible, but very, very funny here. So, great tweet. A lot of debate here. Patrick, you're the king of art contest. How do you feel?
Most art contests are stupid.
Oh, except for yours? That's it?
You know, like with the Cosmo one, right? Like, oh, reply to this thing and maybe I'll buy your work for $1,500. You know, you can only see about 100 responses to a tweet before Twitter just starts like algorithmically feeding you everything. Like if I went through the 404 thread, I could see maybe 100, 150 responses. So for a lot of these people, like these shill threads, they can't even see what you submitted, right? Like that's why I'm working with Join, so I can actually see everything and put it into a collection, right? It's different. So most of these people, it's just shilly engagement stuff. So it is just dumb and it's dishonest in a lot of ways. So
yeah, so we were debating this on the space the other day. The problem is, I think often, yes, I'm just trying to get a tweet that goes viral, whatnot. Optimism, though, is giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars to artists, right? So much money, right? $4 million to artists, and not just like one artist, not just two artists.
Go
it's
get
like
that money, artists, and
it's a lot.
Then go somewhere else.
Okay. But wait, is Optimism still good though? Are they pro-artist then? Is that not what you would want to see? Would you not want to encourage them, saying, "Hey guys,
no,
let's
that's great. That's great. Look, they're L2, putting money. Like they're doing a lot better than Tezos Foundation, that's for sure. You know, like they're willing to invest in artists and get people to come over there. Fantastic. You know, like that's good. And also too, I think like an L2 is far more accessible and durable than some of the other L1s like Tezos.
Okay, you want to keep trashing Tezos. What happened, dude? What happened? You got particular beef recently? What happened? Like honestly.
Yeah, look, I feel like no one's ever going to give you no one's ever going to do anything for you out of the goodness of their heart. And if you're not advocating for yourself, then no one is going to advocate for you. And if you have a chain that has the only value of Tezos has been art for the last 3 years. And yet they are not investing in artists at all. We heard them on stage say, oh, I don't really care about art, but let me tell you about TPS, right? They're trying to build this thing for DeFi that nobody uses. So what are they doing? And it's like, oh, cool, we have the DMV. We have a bunch of federal agencies. I'm like, cool, that is who I want on my chain. Thank you. So, I felt inclined to share that I didn't think that was a good business model for artists. That's all.
Microphone.
You said an L2 is more durable than an L1. What's your thinking there?
It's easier to take, if you have art on it, it's easier to take it and wrap it and send it back to the main chain. If it looks like Optimism's like not going to be around. It's just a little bit easier to get out of it.
So should I have a fear if I'm going to say, okay, they have a contest here, I'm going to win some money, I'm going to get $150K or something like that here. Should I be like, okay, I'm minting it here, and just in case I'm ready to like burn it and
To be
take it somewhere
fair,
else?
I would say about 80% of art on EVM compatible chains is stored on IPFS and not even on chain. So kind of almost easier.
It's even more than that.
It's less so about where it's stored and more so about the token itself. If the token becomes like, if the chain goes down, then you just kind of have this orphan token. You still have the token. You can run a node and cool, you still have it. But if you can't record any more transactions on the blockchain, like then you're back to kind of original digital art where you're going to like maybe put it on a floppy disk and like write a note saying that they now own the art and send that across the country. Like
floppy disk is cool though.
You can if the chain's down. There's no transactions. Yeah, EVM compatible makes it a little more durable.
Isn't this how we get mass adoption though, with the DMV and you know? And
oh yeah, people go to the DMV and they go, "Wow, should I buy art on the same?"
The last time I was at the DMV, wow. I said, "Give me some of this tech."
The DMV is DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and
yes,
they
thank
crush
you.
the art scene. Okay.
There we go. Yeah. No, I think that that's the problem, is the mass adoption thing. You're like, oh, the DMV is going to bring people over to Tezos. We can handle this TPS. And it's like, we use it for art, support artists. Now
here's the thing too, right? Like art has floated that. The only reason that chain is still relevant is because the art on that chain is good. And there's a lot of artists on that chain making this thing still something. They've got 31,000 Bitcoin in the Tezos Foundation. And guess what? Like Optimism's given 4 million to artists. What's Tezos Foundation done? They put the Tez poll up. I mean, like they're not doing anything, and they're not going to do anything unless the artists say, "Hey, you have to do something for the artists."
So, Patrick, then what you want is you want more art contests. You want Tezos to do an Optimism art contest.
I would love that.
Okay.
If Tezos was
okay.
like, "I'm going to give 10% of our Bitcoin for artists on Tezos," you would have a lot of artists on Tezos.
See, the problem is there's two things happening here, right? We're talking about like, I don't know, what chain is attracting artists over here, and there's the other problem of art contests themselves, which is maybe an exploitative like practice here. All these artists are going to submit to Optimism, a lot of people, and guess what? They don't have to pay them all.
This guy's the worst. You should not listen to this guy. No, this guy is a terrible person.
I don't know if he's he might be a terrible person, but oh my God, his tweets, he's unhinged, and so it's great content. I will say that's a fault. You got notifications on for him. He's good.
No,
he's
I don't mess with this guy at all.
Trell, kind of curious your opinions. Like, for an art contest, you make art, you're actually selling it. You're going to do a solo show soon, right? Are you going to be attracted by someone saying, "Hey, do some art, maybe we'll give you money, maybe we won't"?
Yeah, but that's just in my nature. I was doing art contests even like before this space and stuff. So, art contests have always been around for me, and they've always been something I've participated in. Before this, I did like shoes and stuff, and so like a lot of those had like contests for me to be able to get into certain like workshops and stuff with like different shoe companies and stuff, and some of them actually worked out for me. So, I've always viewed contests in a good light, but I mean, there were also contests that were kind of exploitative around that time as well for me. So, there's always
some sneaker contests I remember back in the day where whoever won, it was not the best sneaker. And then they found out, like, well, like they chose their friend, obviously. Yeah. And everyone in the world participated and hyped it up and a million tweets about it. And then they go, and of course, we're going to choose you. And like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's happening here. That's the only problem here. Like, they have judges. It's Randy Zuckerberg, right? I just don't know her that well.
So something I think all artists should be cautious with and maybe demand better from this industry, because contests can be great, but they also can be exploitative. And like, there are some contests that put up information and you just have to fill out a form. You don't even get it, right? There's no terms of service. And we've seen this in the past in other industries where like, if you win the contest, then they have rights to your work and stuff you probably wouldn't have agreed with. So I do think, do a contest if you want to, you're submitting to it, but also stand strong in asking for information and making sure that that doesn't happen here.
Totally.
Because everyone wants artists. Like, well, no. Tokens only move when art is trading. Let's be real.
So, I mean, like, this is the thing. Is like, if I was a brand new artist and or I was coaching a brand new artist and they said, okay, here's these contests. Should I go after them, right? I'd say no, probably. Like, I totally get you want to make money from it, but still, you're making your art for a contest. You're looking, what are the restrictions for it here? If I then looked at your work later on, it was like, what was your art for? Well, this one was for the Optimism contest. This one's for the Forbes contest. I'm like, what do you just, that's what you do? That's how you make your art based off of contests? It seems very, disingenuous to me. Like, I know we all need to make money from the art to survive, but I would be pretty turned off if I saw only contest art.
Yeah, but I think when someone enters a contest, they still creating from self for the most part. So a lot of people's art lives outside of the contest. And also, like, 9 times out of 10, or like 99.999% of the time, most artists don't even get notoriety just because there are way more artists and there are people that can see the art. So I think when people do art contests, it's a way for people to meet collectors, not even collectors, just to meet other artists, to be involved, to just kind of create a practice. And I think it's healthy for people to do that, just to get involved with other people in regards to just experience, because not everybody can win in a way that some artists in our, not even just in the digital space, have been fortunate to be successful off their art. So I think one, it's a vote of confidence, is one, camaraderie, so you can be around other artists that are doing dope shit, and it just kind of gets some people out of their bubble, because our artists are just alone all the time.
I think that's a good point, right? I mean, like, the Twitter algorithm is not your friend, especially if you're getting started. Like, it is really tough to get seen, and when you're getting started, it's really a matter of just finding a critical mass of collectors that can support you and your career, you know, to kind of get you to that next level. So these not the fake contests, not like the Cosmo Rollbit thing, you know, but like, you know, when you look at like some of these other things actually seen by people, then it's a decent opportunity for you to like have your work seen outside of the algorithm, which is important. You know, that's kind of the idea of 404, is like having your work seen outside of the algorithm. You know, it's important because you know you got to find that critical mass to get going, and you know there's a lot of artists and there's a very few collectors, and it's hard to kind of get in front of them.
Real smooth 404 show. Real smooth there.
Yeah,
speaking of 404, actually, none of it's even related here. Join put this out today here. They got something called the open curator fee, which is they're saying, okay, great. If you're a curator, you can curate some stuff, you can put it up on our website, and if people buy from it, you're going to get some money here, right? So trying to now take decentralization to the curation level. I think it's pretty interesting. I think a lot of us who are like art collectors spend our time like saying, this is the good art, and then talking to other collectors. Me and Rosamond every other minute are just like, do you think it's good? Is it bad? Cool. What does the other person think? And like, we do affect our own personal sales of stuff. And I mean, making it more public is interesting. You know, I don't know if you guys seen this yet. This like literally was announced just today, so. No,
I've been making art all day.
Okay, you make art all day. Okay.
I've been locked in.
I'm over here trading here. So I don't know, Patrick, were you involved in this at all? Because it did sound kind of similar to 404 stuff.
Yeah. This came from the curator.
Okay, I knew it.
From last month.
Never tells me.
No, it's like, you know, there's writers and curators are left out of the financial equation of the system, which is not great. Right? You know, it's really helpful if you have people writing about the art and pushing you as an artist. You know, like you shouldn't expect every artist to, you know, run like a 3-ring circus to get their work seen. There's a lot of people that are really talented but just don't have that skill, and it would be really nice if there's the infrastructure in place that could help those artists get their work seen, because some people are doing really incredible work with, you know, good content. They're just not particularly great at social media, right? Social media is a very specific skill. So stuff like this is great. This is iterating on, you know, Manifold has a 6.9% referral fee if you opt in for it. And this essentially functions the same way. You do have to list on Join for this, which is a problem. You know, I don't think there's a solution yet that does this well. But I do like the Manifold. I like this. I like the Manifold 6.9% referral fee if you opt into it. I like giving people the option to sell your work for you. I just think there needs to be more people aware of it so it can kind of achieve that critical mass where it's something people are actually looking for. You know, because if like you put together an article about 10 up and coming artists and they all had listed their work on Manifold or Join, then you could actually make a little money if someone bought something from your article, which I think would incent our writers in an interesting way in the space. But I think we're early. I think this is the beginning of it. I would like to see more people adopting referral fees as kind of part of it. You know, like we need those people in the space, and we need to figure out a way to help them make a living doing what they do, which often is writing and curating.
I also think that referral fees, especially via a link, is such a bad model because so many people here are trained to not click links, right? They're going to see it in an article, they're going to go to Manifold, they're going to search it. And I do think we need to be aware of that, especially in this ecosystem. Also with Manifold, like it comes from the artist, right? And as an artist, you have no problem paying it if it goes to someone. But one, we have seen people game that. And two, I feel like some of these platforms, or like OpenSea, right? They get so many percents. You should be paying people, not it coming from the artist.
So in my mind, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff about this because first of all, I don't have to like be for a platform. I can be a random person. Hopefully I can curate some people. I mean, Patrick put a tweet out saying it's all about relationships. We all know if you actually want to get some art sold, you got to find someone actually to buy your art. You got to find collectors. And most people who are like are prominent artists, they have one or two like big collectors who are really supporting them like deeper and long term. We even had the controversy about Avon Art saying we're choosing who these new collectors are because we think they'll be good people here. So now, if I'm a artist who's trying to get blown up here, I don't have to worry about them working at NFT now. I can find a person who's just a writer, unknown collector. He's independent doing stuff, right? I mean, the only thing I'm wondering is it's going to end up the same thing of we can have pump and dumps for artists now in a decentralized manner, right? You know, I'm going to say all my friends who are artists here, right? I'm going to curate their stuff and I'm going to tell everyone they're the sickest stuff. 1980K, look at that sick art on the wall. It is sick art on the wall, but you know, I'm going to support our friends, and now we've just kind of taken, you know, I don't even know, coin pump and dumping.
I would encourage you to promote all of your artist friends here and get their work sold. It's a great idea.
I also think though, like having curated a little bit too, it's like your reputation as a curator really matters. And I think if you only curate your friends, people will quickly figure that out. And it's like, at least in my experience,
it's like you applied to Super Rare.
I could feel that. At the end, it really did feel that way, you know. And I think that like curating with other people, like one of the things that we always like kind of made a really big value is like, let's curate people we don't know. Let's like set aside like a group of people who we do not know. And like there were some conversations like, oh yeah, like, you know, John Smith, like really love his work, but like we know him so well, like do we really want to keep curating him into this? Like it would kind of just look like we're just curating our friends. And it's like really, at least in my experience, like maybe this is a hot take, but like I judge people if they only curate their friends.
I judge them
like,
too.
whoa.
That's a great take.
Yeah.
So don't be friends with curators. Fantastic. You're an artist.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, you're a curator? Shit, gotta go. Bye.
Well, we gotta actively fight against it though. I mean, value accrues to the top in all these things, and we see it in traditional art. Like the top artists will achieve more and more and more of the lion's share of all the money that's going to artists, unless you actively take steps to kind of fight that. And especially with digital art, which has kind of opened up making a living with art to so many people around the world, particularly a lot of people that obviously can't even get into art, like previously, like marginalized communities, people in, you know, poor countries. Like we've opened this door to so many people. It would be such a shame to just not actively fight for that and just let the value just accrue to the 7 white dudes at the top making all the money. So like that's not the digital art world I want. So
white dude in the front, what do you think?
I was just gonna preach education and caution for curator stuff like this, because there was a little while ago a thing called Picasso World. Just gonna call him out, Pablo Picasso, and someone I used to work with until I found out they were quite predatory. They had this game where they'd curate a ton of people, and they were taking from them on the front side and the back side. So they were ending up with 50% under the guise of 25%. And how that worked was they were the artists chosen were first represented by one of the two people, and then they're like, I'll get you on Picasso World that also takes 25%, right? And it was just this whole thing, and it got huge for like a month, and then it's just totally dead. And it did help a lot of artists very briefly in a lot of non-American parts of the world who were like interested in Web3. It got them into it. And then it just destroyed them, and they hate Web3. So if those people had been better educated, you know, if we didn't have so many malicious actors still, like it is good, but you know, you have to do it right, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think that's what happened with like super rare spaces. Like that one space just like curated everyone who was desperate enough to be like, I want to be on super rare, like into super rare, and then they like ruined the whole spaces thing. Like I hate to say it, like I worked my ass off to get those votes to like win that race, and it's like I was so proud of myself, and then like they just that one space like just ruined it for everyone, and then super rare like fell apart. So
Who?
It's like, I don't
super,
remember
super
what they
rare?
were called. It was like some
super comp
world that like took like a more of a percentage. It's like the same kind of thing. It's the same model, and they like got all the artists who like want to put like Super Rare and their name on Twitter, and like it was just like they were like, you want to be on Super Rare, and it's like, who cares? Like sell your art, like put it where you want to put it, and like meet the right people.
Yeah, they destroyed that platform.
Yeah, I will say, we've been doing this for 2 years, and for the first year, Patrick had that Super Rare hoodie on every week, and if you had that hoodie and you were on the platform, I would watch people come to go, wait, you're on Super Rare? How'd you get on? How'd you do it? How many conversations did you have back then, which was people just being like cornering you and saying, how do you get on Super Rare? How do you do it?
Well, that was the thing. Like 2021, the only way you could make money selling art was if you were on Super Rare. Mm-hmm. And you basically had like 3 20-year-olds curating who could make a living in digital art.
That's one.
It went as well as you'd expect.
Not true. And I have consistently been like, fuck platforms. And you could do it without. It's just harder, right? But one thing when we talk about votes, people need to stop doing the vote thing. It sucks for the artist. It sucks for everyone around the artist that is getting 1,000 DMs like, vote, vote, vote. Just do something better. 1, people game it. 2, it sucks.
I'm
no
not
votes.
ever going to ask you to vote for me.
For what?
I promise, or anything.
Oh, well, yeah, because you're not allowed to run, probably, but
Yeah,
we're not talking about office.
You're not allowed to run. Okay, sorry. Yeah. No, I mean, it's funny. The vote thing does bring back even like the contest stuff, right? Is we're trying to like make stuff into like this easily like, you know, everyone join the space and if you vote for me, which is a bummer.
It's not about the art then. It's popularity, like, or reach, right? That fucking sucks.
Or botting.
But I think like that goes back to what you were saying about like permission in like a permissionless space. And like one of my like hottest takes is that like, I mean, I came out of Web 2 and I think in a lot of ways, not the crypto art that we're talking about, but a lot of the like digital fine art has more permission than like Instagram did. It's like on Instagram,
I can verifiably say that's not true.
Can I finish? So like,
I've been banned from.
It's just like, you know, for me, it's like, I just made good art. People liked it. They bought prints for $30, and then like I had a career, and that was my career. And it's just like, sure, maybe there were like things with that. I was good at social media, whatever. But it's like, to me, like that's my experience. You know, it's like, it's been like less permissionless. You know, so. Sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and say a couple things, not that much, but I think we kind of forgot over the past like 3 years and change why a lot of us came out here, and it was because the platforms, institutional like Web 2, Instagrams, et cetera, of the world, the traditional art world, all of them were super gatekeepy, and we came, so we kind of came out here to build something a little more decentralized, and like I feel like we're forgetting that because we're all just individually chasing clout. And that's how we end up with these like random like hug X whatever, vote for me, blah, 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 botted this, botted that, botted Twitter, which is like, we came here to escape from platforms, but it's all super botted, super like smoke and mirrors. Because it's all driven by clout, like a lot of it is at this point. But I think if we like cut back to our roots, we are actually trying to build an ecosystem, which means every player has their part. Artists, like writers, curators, people that are developing tech, et cetera, multiple chains, all of that shit. And I feel like if we actually like kind of remember what we're here for, we could probably all just do a lot better.
Queen, that shit.
Totally. I think this idea of like, we talk about like, if you're a curator, I don't trust anyone for all art, right? I can tell you all art that's good. Like, what are you talking about? I talk about Rosenbaum, about gen art, because he's into gen art. He's deep in the space. He loves it. We talk about AI art and he goes, hate it, dumb, stupid, dumb. You know what I mean? And so if I see a hot piece of AI art, I'm like, Rosenbaum, what does he think of it, right? Like, why do we have people who are like geniuses and they can just tell what's good art and bad art? I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. It's like you could tell, a metalhead can tell you good metal, a pop dude can tell you what good pop is, and they're totally separate people. And so I think a lot of curation, and I think Optimism did good. Someone who's focused on music chooses the music category. Someone focused on one-of-one does the one-of-ones category. I think we have to start doing that and saying, stop saying, I'm a god of all art, okay, you know, and say, I'm Cosmo. If I say the art's good, it's good, and say, I'm obsessed with this one thing. So.
I agree with you mostly, but I think Mike can tell you what bad art is.
Also,
okay.
One, art's subjective, so I feel like you really can't get into that. But two, like music as a category is so broad, right? Like get into genre specific. If you go to like, and I'm not saying they're fair at all because they're not, but like curated playlists on music platforms, right? There is like multiple editors for each genre. So I feel like one right now, and Patrick brought this up earlier, right? People are so scared of like different opinions, and this is all of society, but we need more conversation. We need more like, hey, we both see things differently, but we can talk about this.
everyone's lost their ability to think critically or think for themselves. And a lot of this is moved by markets and numbers. But we do have the choice of where we want to put our money, where we want to put our work, and the impact we want to make. And so for sure, there are people that are here to just make money and do the cool thing, and that's fine. But if that's not your goal, then don't give that attention.
Yeah, I will say, if you are thinking like, I'm going to write great songs and end up on a Spotify playlist, like, you are going about it wrong. And I used to work at Spotify, so I will tell you that is not how that works. You got to know some people, got to grease some palms. There's nothing like, I'm in my basement, it's gonna pop off. Okay, yeah. I'm not saying they accept bribes. I'm not saying anything of that sort. I'm just saying I wouldn't personally do it. Okay. And
I really hope that this turns out really well, because I think Forbes is no longer the Forbes it used to be. And we know that, I think that, of course, Patrick feels really strongly about writing in particular. I know that I think the integrity of Forbes writers has not been the strongest probably in the past 5 to 10 years or so. So I don't know if I would necessarily trust this as an amazing sort of art contest. I hope that I'm wrong here, but yeah, I just wish it was a sort of a different company. I think like Forbes now is like, people are like, oh, I got a Forbes article. It's like, yeah, how much did you pay?
Wait. It's like we're expecting the company that came up with the 30 under 30.
Oh yeah.
To like all of a sudden like go like not cloud based.
You guys have never dove in a 30 under 30.
Yeah.
It's the greatest scam of all
but
time.
They
Geniuses.
got one good one for the judges.
I will say we need a 30 under 30 for Web3. It's a great idea, because you guys don't know the big key to the 30 under 30 is, it's cool, Patrick, you're on. Can you give me some money? Oh, you don't want to be on the list? Okay, fine. Paris, you're on. A little bit of money. Okay, fine. You're on. Like, someone give me money.
Do you think that people are doxing their ages? No. Also, we need less of that. Stop trying to make the Web 2 equivalent of whatever bullshit that you hate in Web 2 in Web 3. Like, do it better.
Okay, but that's what the VC's like. It's so easy to say, no, it's
Okay,
just
cool.
like 30 under 30.
VCs
We're doing it over
also, in the past year, cut funding to all these companies because they're like, crypto's dead, only for it to pump, and now they're trying to put money back into it again. VCs are not the model you need to follow.
Okay, well, VC's out there. I'll take your money. Okay, love you guys. Okay. All right. So with that, this is a fun art-focused show. The show is not going to end. Everyone who's online, you don't get to hang out, but the show continues here. So what we're going to do is we have an after party over at Vibesco right on Abercrombie. We're probably going to actually talk about what ordinals to buy, truthfully. I mean, that's really what I'm going to do tonight. Maybe some shit coins as well here. But before we wrap up here, a couple things. Once again, got to shout out our sponsors, Friday Beers, anyone, if you guys, get a photo with the beer. They're our Venice neighbors. We will walk by their actual studio in a second here. Moom in the back, please scan the app right there. They do a bunch of super cool stuff. And finally, Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult, even though we don't have to shout them out. They made so much money today, but they rule. Bear Snake is a friend of the show. They are super, super awesome. Do a bunch of cool stuff here. Terrell, before we wrap up, what's going on next for you?
Like I said, the solo shows that's coming soon, Q1, Q2-ish.
He's getting ready for Forbes. He's saying Q1, okay. All right, what are the KPIs for the solo show? Okay, I'm sorry.
In LA, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Beyond that, yeah, just keep a lookout on my Twitter. I want to do some cool art stuff soon as well.
Beautiful. Awesome. Post, what's going on?
Go buy my planner at Target.
You have a planner at Target?
I have 3, 2 actually right now.
That's so sick. Okay, nice. We love Target. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like $15. And
Nice.
then there's the Solana drop that's coming soon. And then also, keep an eye on my Twitter for pictures of my cat and deadlifts.
Oh, beautiful. Love cats here. Super Julio World. When's it coming?
All right. Well, so I inscribed February 24th of last year.
Oh my God.
So I'm launching it February 24th of next month. Kobe 24. That's another reason.
2024 ordinal, baby.
Yeah. So 2K coming out then.
Awesome. Okay. Great foresight. That's amazing here. Patrick, let's hear it. I know you got a lot of stuff to shill.
Yeah. No, actually, I have 7 open editions, one a day, starting on Tuesday.
I thought there were one of ones.
They don't even believe it's real. Look at it. People are shocked. Everyone is shocked here,
I
okay?
thought they were one of ones. I didn't realize that they were. I thought they were one of ones.
I'm pivoting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's pivoting. Okay. And with that, everyone, thank you, Chad. Thank you, everyone. We're going to see you guys next week here. You guys are in the studio. We're going to go to the after party in a little bit here and all that fun stuff. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
When 4.0 Fordinal, baby. Like a 4.0 Fordinal project
I know,
by
I was
Patrick.
a little nervous there. Yeah, now it's like, do I go? Do I like stay? It's 8 o'clock. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
Thought about, but I'm also like, I gotta. What?
He was trying to make a camera. I was like,
Yeah, I don't
got
want to
so
do that.
pissed. It's a Steinway.
I just feel
It's not
bad
a
because
Steinway.
I
'Cause I was
hate
like,
going to bed
you
on my
can't make
fiance.
cans. I was like, you can't make cans. You know, it's an art form. It's so hard. But now that he's cutting time, I'm like, you're cutting out the camera at the $100,000 piano. It's like either way. I'm like,
I was trying to explain this to people. He's like the kid putting the Mickey Mantle and like the bicycle spokes.
you can't make the Patrick.
I don't even know what you're like.
It gets a lot meaner. That was a nice one. We're pretty nice. That was pretty nice. We didn't argue. Yeah, good.
I cannot work with the red one, bro. Come on.
You know
it's gonna be.
Where's the pink one? I'd like the pink one because I don't know. Like, God damn it.
I need my pink one. I can get you. All right. I'm ready. Who's calling me? Here's get the gimbal.
It's coming.
Trying to grab one of these Friday beers again.
Hell yeah. It's been great. Excited. It'll be fun. I love that I don't know exactly who's going to be on every week now. Okay? It's so nice to have Rosamond. It's so nice. I was dying. My DMs were brutal, and then everyone's fighting with me. I'm like, I'm just going to write the show. Like, delicate. Hey, you guys know? Gotta make sure we're all
Let's do this. Where's boss? There you are, Bosch. Bosch, let's go. Welcome to the RO Alpha post show, where we talk to all these DJs about what just happened on the pre-show. So let's get to it. Today's post show is brought to you by Friday Beers, also brought to you by Forgotten Runes Wizard Cult and Moon World. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for joining us. Yo, let's get this cracking. I'm gonna talk to my man Ed Balloon.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Hi. I just love sneaking up on people and just like, what's up, dude?
How do I look?
Oh, you look dapper as fuck, bro.
Why do you guys have me on this? Anyway, so I'm Ed.
Well, so Ed and Terrell Dom.
Yes, sir. This is the legend here.
No, this is the legend.
No,
this
these are
is
two
the
legends right here.
No, this is the legend right here. And I'm just honored to be in his presence. I remember when he first came into the space, and to see his trajectory, it's just amazing. He's always been that dude with the art, and I don't know, Terrell, how do you feel with the growth? Like, have you been able to like zoom out and like see it? Look at me asking the question that you want to ask.
No. You do your thing, Ed. You do your thing. Help me out here while I drink my beer.
In terms of the growth, in a way, yeah, but in the same sense, not really. I felt like my life has felt like a dream for like a couple years now in a row. But I'm thankful, I'm grateful, and yeah, I'm gonna just keep going for as long as I can.
He also supports other artists,
Yeah.
so
very true.
I'm just saying, this is like the example. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, thankfully.
You do? Let's talk about this fit.
Yeah. I like buying stuff, so.
Let's talk about this fit that we were just talking about before we got
This
into
is nice right here.
This is nothing. This is nothing.
The Creature World hoodie.
Creature World hoodie. I love Danny. Shout out to Danny.
We love Danny.
The pants are minimal.
Where are the sneakers? Those are
And
nice
these
sneakers.
are Osiris
Okay.
D3s.
All right.
Just big goofy shoes.
All right, so are you going to ever tap into fashion at all?
Yeah. Soon. Quality is a big thing with me, so yeah, just been spending time trying to get that right.
Look at me, I'm sorry.
No, you do your thing, man.
Well, that's me, and I'm not sure what else done with y'all, but thank you so much for having me.
I gotta grab something, but yeah, thank you for having me.
Dude, love you, Terrell, man. Pleasure to have you on the show, bro. Oh, let's go to my favorite foreign agent of the CCP. One of like the most prolific artists in our space. King of the hot takes. I'm gonna just sneak up on him right here. Yeah, what's up?
How are you?
How you doing, man? Good, Patrick, man. What's going on with you, bro? Like, it's like you've had quite an illustrious career, man. You had no writers taken down from Hong Kong. You got hacked by the CCP. That is pretty fucking legit for an artist, man. So, could you just like talk about like what's coming up next for you? Like what we got going? Oh,
What? What's up, Trey? Yeah, we're gonna bring open internet to China, and that's really gonna kind of fuck everything up.
dude, I'm looking so forward to you penetrating the Great Wall of China. I know you got to get to dude, Patrick. Dude, pleasure, bro. Love you, dude. All right. Let's see who we're going to. Let me bother one of my favorite motherfuckers in this space. He runs the Ordinaut project on Ordinals. Like what, sub 10K, right?
Sub 8K.
Whoa, sub 8K, excuse me. So Ordinauts, bro. Tell us about Ordinauts.
No.
All right, he does not want to talk about Ordinauts. Tell us about your infamous line on Barry.
No.
Okay, he doesn't want to tell us about his infamous line on Barry. Tell us about your crazy cocaine hooker binges.
Oh, listen, Jessica,
I love Jessica.
She's a wonderful young lady. No, man.
Great hands.
Great hands.
Great hands.
Great hands. Great. Yeah, no, man. I'm just a guy building in Ordinals. That's it. Happy to be here. Talk about art, building, animation, story, vibes, infrastructure.
Bro, okay, so you guys have like a crazy chatbot on the Ordinaut Discord. Saya, right?
A great what?
Chatbot, AI chatbot.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about that.
It's Sia and Asim. It's Butoshi had helped built that tech for us, and it's AI world building bots, and they have souls actually, and so they basically scrape all the user info, not the info like their KYC or anything like that. It's their chat history, and based on what they own, the assets they own, it helps build the story lore and includes their own asset and their engagement inside the story. So it's really cool. So Ordinaut lore goes deep.
These nuts! I love going. These nuts! I do love going deep, baby. I do love going deep.
I know you do.
Troy, man, fucking pleasure, bro. I love fucking chatting with you. All right. Was this mine? That was not mine. This was mine. There we go. All right, let's see who else we can go to. Is that Milky Minaj right there? That is Milky Minaj. Let's go to Milky Minaj. Oh, wait, no, it's Yana. I'm sorry. I totally mistake. I was like, is that Milky Minaj? I'm like, no, it's Yana. I'm sorry, I just saw somebody beanie. I'm so bad. Yana, how's it going?
It's going well. Happy to be here as usual. How are you?
I'm good, man. I love seeing you here. You've been coming by with Zen and everything. Dude, how are you loving IRL Alpha?
I love it. I was just talking with Chris. I'm like, man, I would love to just see more people be more participant in what's going on here, more sponsors, people talking about it, shilling it on the timeline, and just really showing the love that I feel like you guys deserve. And that's coming from someone who just started coming, a month ago, maybe?
Well, dude, you've been killing it since you've been coming here. You got the good takes and everything. You've been on the panel. Shout out to one of our sponsors, Friday Beers. So we are getting sponsors now.
No, I love that. No, I love that. No, I mean, it's really great to kind of hear different perspectives, and that's really what I do enjoy coming here. It's not just one subject all the time consistently. It's like I learned so much about art, I learned so much about blockchain, whatever it is, different blockchains individually. So I love it here. It's like a drug, but in the good way.
Drugs are very awesome. We do love drugs at IRL Alpha. Maybe cut that part out of the stream. Ziana, man. So what are you working on in the space right now?
Honestly, still the same. Nothing's really changed. Just kind of building community, still working on the playbook with the espresso shop behind the scenes more so. But yeah, just kind of building my own personal brand if that's a thing. If you're into that type of thing, if not, that's cool. But no, just loving art, loving people, building community. Possibly going to be creating and working alongside people to do pop-up events coming soon. Look out for that. We'll see.
Dude, I do love Espresso Shot has teamed up with Rug Radio, which is a big win, right? Like everybody like merging in this space. So how did that come about?
To be honest, I wasn't directly a part of that, but I was in conversation with Sansa, and the team just do such a great job of working hard behind the scenes and trying to actively participate in anywhere they can. And Rug Radio, I know, saw that, really wanted to kind of bring them on board and continue to elevate Espresso Shot further than they already have. I definitely feel like Espresso Shot is going to be bypassing ceilings or bypassing those kind of areas where they feel like we're untapped. So I'm really excited for that to happen.
Dude, I got to give a special shout out to Zanza. Love Espresso Shop. Love what Chris Flywright is doing with them. So amazing to see you. Thank you for coming here.
Of course.
Yes. Till next time. All right. Let's see. Who else do we got? Oh, man. Let's go to one of these artists who hasn't been here in a minute. I'm going to just totally sneak up right behind him and, like, pretend like I'm not here. Let's see how long it takes for him to notice me. Oh, hey, Monster Mike. How's it going?
Good, Los. How are you?
I'm good, man. So, Monster Mike, man, you've been, like, running an IRL type meetup in New York, man. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, it's going well. It's called Mainnet every Wednesday. It was last night. It's very much inspired by this. Your camera person, Josh, has been a guest on Mainnet. It's been great. Yeah, it's a good time. You should come out to New York.
I would definitely love to come out to New York and go to Cat's Deli. That's like one of my bucket lists, and some like chopped cheese sandwiches. Yeah, bro.
This is the best.
So, dude, okay. So, dude, you did like some sick AR integration with your artwork. Can you speak about that?
So first of all, we're calling it spatial art now, you know?
Spatial art.
Gotta
okay.
jump on the Apple wave of rebranding AR. All the letters are confusing. Spatial art is a lot cleaner of a term, I think. So, yeah, it's going well. Did a show in New York last year and a show in Dubai, and now we're preparing for NFT NYC. It's going to be very cool. Are you going to NFT NYC, Los?
I am going to NFT NYC.
Okay, well, you should come see this thing we're working on. It's going to be good.
I will definitely come see that, man, bro. So, like, what else you got coming up besides all this, like, nice spatial integration?
We're just talking about a clothing project we're doing soon.
I did see Began wearing your shirt.
Oh, yeah, Began's got one.
Where's mine?
Well, it'll be there soon. Just give it some time. It's just we're working on right now, it's really difficult for artists to token gate their work. There's a few plugins on Shopify, but they really don't work well if you want a custom user interface, which I think is important for the user experience. So working on a system for easy token gating, accepting crypto as a native currency, and allowing collectors to speculate on t-shirts, which you can't do with Shopify. So, and it's really simple, it's coming out soon, and we're gonna release my first batch of shirts with it. So I'll be able to include an IRL Alpha super cheap price. I'll have a price for the New York gang. I'll have a price for Jeff. You know, it's a tool set that we're going to open up to people, lots of other artists who are interested in it. So it's good for the space. It's fun.
Love to see it, bro. Like, where can people find you on socials?
MonsterMike_art.
Bro, looking forward to New York and NFT NYC.
Oh yeah, Los.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking kill it.
Are you going to the after party at Vibes Co?
There is an after party at Vibes Co where all us NFT DJs go. So check out Vibes Co on Abbot Kinney. Shout out to Vibes Co for hosting all us DJs and putting up with us.
And shout out to Los.
I love you, Monster Mike. Thank you so much.
You too, dude. Who's next? Who are you gonna go get?
I think
Patrick.
I did get Patrick. He's my favorite foreign agent of the CCP. So I did get Patrick. But I think I want to get Postbook right here.
Okay.
Well, hello.
You want to do a post show?
Hi. The post show.
The post show with Postbook. How's it going?
It's going well.
Was this your first time on the panel, or?
Yeah, I've never been here before.
Dude, so I've seen you like on Deez's like late night Liddy spaces a bunch of times. Seen your artwork, amazing stuff. And talk about like your art, like.
I sit in like Photoshop and After Effects like all day, and I like make cool stuff. You want to see something I made today?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get this, boss.
I just made this today. I was showing Terrell.
Is it on the camera?
So I made this today. It's like not done yet. It's not done yet, but like that's what I do all day. I just sit around, I make art, I answer emails, I help my assistant help me, you know?
So what's your process for making like art?
So it's like a 7-layer bean dip. It's like the best way I can describe it. So like first I like come up with the idea, then I like either like go take the images or I find them, and then I like put it together, and then I go to bed. That's like a big part of my process. I sleep on it. Like this piece, I don't know if it's done yet because I made it today. I need to like sleep on it, marinate a little bit, and then figure it out. And then from there, I do like color editing, and then I sleep on it again usually, and then I do like a second round of color editing, and then sometimes, depending if it needs it, I animate it in After Effects, just like depending on what's going on. But yeah, I mean like it's a pretty like layered process. I wouldn't do it all in one day because I believe that like you need room to like breathe with the art. Like you can't just make it. Like I could do it all in one day, but that kind of takes the fun out of it for me, you know? You need like the dough to rise.
So the alpha is to like sleep on it, marinate on it, and then let that art develop, right?
Absolutely, because I think time is a really important part of any process. Like you need a little bit of time to make sure it's like what you want. For me, and like, I don't know, this is kind of weird, but like I was in a book once and someone put this quote next to my art. It was like, collage art is the perfect mastery of knowing exactly when something is done, because it's really easy to just keep adding more and more and more to art. But it's like collage artists have to know exactly when it's done, and I'm really good at that. Like I can just say like it's done, and I usually only do like one round of edits. Like if I'm like, okay, like I like this, but this needs to change, I do that once, and then I'm like, it's done. I can always make another piece, you know? That's how I do it.
Love it. And where can people find you on socials?
Postwook. I have it trademarked, so you can literally find it POSTWOOK everywhere.
Dude, love it. Postbook. Thank you so much.
Great chatting.
Great chatting. All right, let's keep it going.
Let's wrap up.
We want to wrap up. What time is it? All right. We're going to keep this short and sweet because we're going to go to Vibes Co. on Abbot Kinney. We're going to keep the party going with all these DJs. We're going to keep drinking. Shout out to Friday Beers. Shout out to Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult. And shout out to Moon World. Let's see who else we can find. Where's Bosch? One of like the best musicians in this space. Mari, how's it going?
Hi, how's it going,
How you
Lois?
doing,
What's
Mari?
good?
You can hold the mic. I got my own.
We're chilling. We just had a great chat about art. I love the chats about art because that's what I'm actually interested in.
So, dude, you're one of the most prolific like musicians in this space.
Oh, thanks for gassing me up.
Always. Dude, can you talk about like music NFTs? Like it's been a big topic lately.
Oh my God.
About like musicians monetizing their art. Like, what are your feelings on that?
So I was super bullish on musicians monetizing their art because we haven't been able to do it historically. We've been like repressed from doing so in a lot of different ways. Hashtag music industry, Spotify, TikTok, all that shit. So I was really excited about, you know, potentially blockchain being able to do something different for us. But to be honest, I feel like a lot of the big players in music NFTs are like backed by VCs and just same but different. Like literally Sound XYZ feels like Spotify, like discount Spotify where you have to buy likes, which is just lame. So, but yeah, I'm figuring out, you know, new avenues, finding the people that agree, just kind of like keeping it punk as fuck. And I think we'll figure it out at some point. But yeah.
So what do you feel is needed for like musicians to like really monetize in this space and like take control of their art?
I think we gotta stop like being like super submissive to platforms because they're making us like mint for like $1 and shit. I think just be really intentional about what you want to put out there and what you want to mint, and then like price it accordingly. Find kind of like your story, how you want it to kind of flow, etc. And not just listening to these like VC-backed voices that are just gonna sell out in a year or two.
Mari, love to see it. Where can we find you on socials?
You can find me at Mariana's Mirror on TikTok and Instagram, and at Mariana Makwaya, M-A-R-I-A-N-A, M-A-K-W-A-I-A on Twitter.
Mari,
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Love to have you back. Happy to have you. All right, let's get like a couple more people, and then let's cut out. I'm gonna go to my man Cass right here.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
So if you don't know, Cass, big in the fucking dude, why am I blanking on everything tonight?
It's all
Dude,
good.
I swear to God, Jesus Christ. Murakami.
Yeah,
Artifact, yes, and clones. There we go. Clones is what I was trying to say. Bro, how's it going, dude? What you working on?
Oh man, it's the new year. I'm doing a lot of personal stuff, also making sure a lot of fun stuff's coming out with Artifact, and just continue building communities and just creating art and connecting with people like you and others out here at IRL Alpha. There's a lot of dope shit going on. So it's a new year. Hopefully a start to the next wave and the next bull run. So excited to be here, you know?
Bro, look, I love what Artifact is doing, just like bridging the culture. Like you got like LeBron wearing like the Artifact sneakers. You got like the sickest drip like in like Web3, I think, man. So it's like, what do you see the future of Artifact going?
Yeah, dude. So I think with clothing and fashion, there's always going to be a lot more things coming, and there's a lot more innovative ways people are going to be involved with how they can collect and just be part of the journey. And it's like you said, building culture, just making people from the Web 2 space or the traditional like fashion realms understand what we're doing here in Web 3 and building in the digital space. And so connecting it all together is what Artifact does, and it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun things happening. I'm excited to see all of this shit kind of coalesce together.
Bro, looking forward to it, dude. And where can we find you on socials?
Cass333 with a bunch of threes. I got a leather jacket clone, you know, just come DM me, chat. I'm out here.
I'm gonna DM you about that.
Yeah. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, bro. All right, let's get like one more person before we go over to, where did he go? There he is. Let me get my boy Van Gogh.
What's up, baby?
Van Gogh, bro. How you fucking doing, baby?
I'm doing well.
You rocking that sick-ass D-Gods Bitcoin hoodie?
Yes, sir.
Turn around, show us the back for that shit. Come on. Ooh. Bitcoin D-Gods go so sexy. So you're going to Vibes Co, right?
What's up?
Are you going to Vibes Co?
Yes.
Bro, so you've been building like a sick-ass like community with your youths and with the D-Gods, with the D-Youths After Dark. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. It's the headquarters for our community to get together, inspired by the magic that D Marathon Space is. You know, shout out to Ben, shout out to Show Me, shout out to the 96 hours we put in during the Season 3 launch to handle FUD for the community, to get together, to build. You know, we just fucking marathoned it, and that was fun, and we miss those vibes. And obviously, we have so many amazing people in our community, from, you know, builders, investors, community, crazy content creators, all that stuff. We have it all in the community, and we're just like, my inspiration is to get us all together, welcome the new members, and just fucking really get to know each other, building the bear together, man.
Talk a little bit about building community in Web3, man. How did you get the D-Youth After Dark going? How did you build that community? You got the sick-ass killer chat. So how was this process like gone for you?
Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it, baby.
I was inspired for my mission. And really, I've been able to cultivate and curate a community of people that we're working on multiple things together. Hey, you know, Oh, we're gonna make a youth animation. You want to make it a global brand? You're building tech. You're building what? What are your goals? Let me help you get there because I'm passionate about it too, and I've been building stuff in the same thing. And then yeah.
Bro, my man Van Gogh. Van Gogh, where can we find you on social?
VANG0XH. Van Gogh. Also known as Van Gogh.
Baby, that is all the time we have for the IRL Alpha Post Show. Shout out to our sponsors, Moonworld. Shout out to our sponsors, Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult. Boss, get a shot of that right there. Shout out to our sponsor, Friday Beers, providing the beer for IRL Alpha. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you, chat. We love you, everybody that tunes in. Thank you so much. Until next time, peace. Got me. Let's go. Good job, baby. Jerry. Yeah, no, I feel you. Let's go to Jerry.
You all right? So wait, I really am doing.
I'm sorry. I just